everybody? We are back, checking it out right now. Esfl 52. Excellent to be here. It is me, Bailey, and I haven't done a card yet this year. This is my first card of 2019. I am so freaking thrilled to be here, and I couldn't have picked a better commentator partner tonight than my man, Boxer. How are you this evening, bro?
I'm doing pretty good, and I'm really excited about this card that we have here. We got a lot of guys that's in the top 100 fighting right here on this very card. It does not stop with the amount of talent that we have from card to card. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, for sure. Like, this is Esfl 52. We are well into sort of the flow of the new year. We've got a lot coming up throughout this whole year, man. This is just January, and we started last year in February. It's been almost a whole year now of ESFL. We've done obviously more than 52 fight cards. We've had the Proving Grounds, all sorts of different iterations along the way, but we are here. It is a new year. We've got new stuff coming out. You're going to be trying out a few new production things for you today, trying to break down some extra footage if we can do that. But let's jump into the card because we're a little bit behind. It's a PS4 card tonight, and I know Mr. Boxer, the president of the PS4 side of ESFL, he's here tonight, all right? He's going to break us down this card. Let's talk about it top to bottom. Here we go, starting off with the first fight coming up, East Eternal, real quick. Talk about it.
All right, yeah, so, yeah, real quick. Yeah, East Eternal versus Sewer Rat. Sewer Rat, number 28 in the world. So, I mean, we starting out, you know, top of the line fights.
Yeah.
Gonzales right now. We're going to see him. Not sure exactly if his opponent is here, but we'll find out. Then we got Takedown Town versus Ben Drizzo versus Gaza.
Great
this is
fight.
gonna be a big fight. Return to Drizzo.
Yeah.
And we got Return to Dylan. I mean, we hadn't seen these guys since kind of like the middle of season 1, and now they're back. And these guys are very, very talented. And then Lieber Dog, we know he's a great fighter on the ground, so I cannot wait to see this. And then we got one of the biggest names out there in the UFC 3 fight scene, Retro Rocky against a very dangerous jab straight spam.
Can't wait for that one.
And then, yeah, Brian Triangle City, I'm here to tell you, I cannot wait to see this guy fight because he is amazing with Brian Ortega in that featherweight division, and he will get you in that 2-stage quicker than you can think about. But he's fighting a very dangerous I Am Cat Sweat, so I want to see if he can bring his submission skills against somebody of that caliber. Now, Swiss Lebix, number 8 in the world, man, coming off of a loss, fighting Red Sea Dog, also coming off a loss. Red Sea Dog is number 47 in the world. Top fights here. And then we got Aaron, number 5 in the world, right here on this very card, fighting a newcomer. So he has his hands full there. So we'll see how that happens. Then we got that Xbox undefeated showdown, Cody Dank. So yeah, let's get excited about that. The co-main event. Now check this out. Professor Sliv right now is number 2 in the world in ranked championships. Okay. But he's fighting a very, very dangerous Papa Doc, who is number 1 in the entire world on ranked championships.
Number 2
versus number 1, right there in the co-main event. Now, all right, let's explain what's going on up here at the top. We got the man of the month, the hour, the year, Ed Parker. I see Ed Parker everywhere. Ed Parker is number 3 in the world. Okay, fighting a very dangerous Unibot. Okay, now we got Pre-United waiting in the wings because he won the number 1 contender fight last week, and he'll be fighting a Vita X probably next week because you know, Vita X had some things he wanted to take some time off, and we'll get that fight to you. And then waiting in the wings will be the winner of this Ed Parker versus Unibot. So we got a lot of things to work out here. Very excited about this card and ready to jump right into the fight.
Yeah, and the first fight is totally ready. Like you said, it's going to be East Eternal taking on the Sewer Rat. Let's kick it off. ESFL 52. The fighters are ready. Let's get this thing started.
Yeah, let's see. So this first fight is going to be a fight in the middleweight division. And like we said, Sewer Rat, number 28 in the world. But I played East Eternal, and man, he is very, very talented. This will not be an easy fight, and looks like they're going with GSP versus Yoel Romero.
Yeah, if they do lock these in, obviously great classic matchup here. One of those wrestling contests that we always see. Who gets the top position will sometimes dictate how the rest of the fight will play out. I mean, if someone does get that takedown, it's going to be who ends up on top. Really going to have to work those reversals, because if you waste stamina on the bottom, you know, with your flicks, getting denied, it's going to be a short night for you real quick if you end up with no stamina with either of those guys on top of you.
Yeah. Yeah, with Yoel Romero, we know he has that wrestling clinic level 5. So he's going to add 5 onto his takedown stat, and his takedown stat is already like a 99 or something like that. Takedown a 95. So then you add plus 5 onto that. So he had 100 takedown stat. But when you get on the ground, you'll be with GSP. These guys are already ready to go, touching them up. Let's go.
Yeah, and we've already seen him just some good work from the outside, that body kick, working the body from there. But now they've got this double leg, using this cage for pressure. Nice little jab.
Get this. Already, this is something that's new. All these cage positions. Well, the driving takedown, I must say, nice body kick there by Surat.
Yeah, we are a little out of sync. I'm gonna refresh this real quick because we don't want to start the first fight of the night out of sync. Let's start this thing off properly. As he shoots the ankle picks, get denied right there. I'm gonna take 1 second to refresh for these guys. Give us a little commentary what's going on, Boxer. You go ahead and do a refresh too. Let's get this right from the get-go tonight. We don't want to be out of sync for the rest of these. Each fight's a little different. Yeah, we're all good. Nice double leg power, and again back against that cage. Surat now gonna have to dig them underhooks, but doesn't go. Quick transition into the double under, going straight for the high snatch body lock that most people love to grab. Nice safe pummel though, a little safer in this over under here position here, but again the re-pummel back to that double under. No return to the mat here, and there, beautiful, using momentum,
big
grabbing that. Yeah, and I think we're back in here, Boxer. All right, we're good.
Yeah, we're back in sync.
Perfect. Side
control. We're back in sync. Yeah, GSP on top. And it's going to be real interesting to see if he's going to be able to do some damage from this top position.
Yeah, and this is what we talked about. Who's going to get this top position in this fight? We've got the top stat so high on both. The bottom stat not anywhere near as good. And double elbows to the top. Nice work right there. Surat's going to have to do a little something here. Goes for the easy get up and doesn't get the deny off here. Not always easy to stop, but nice quick return back to the feet here. Triple hooks coming out. A little overthrow right here from East. But still good, nice big roundhouse to the body. And again, these quadruple hooks coming through here. Not the smartest thing.
Yeah, and we're going to have to watch out for that, because when he's throwing these hooks, it might drain on his stamina a little bit too much. And big shot right there coming out by Surat, being patient. And let's see if East Eternal makes an adjustment.
Beautiful job again, just jabs, planting his feet, shooting that straight to the body. Beautiful, come up top of that roundhouse to the head, 2 hooks to the body, using that pressure. Knee easily caught and well returned to the mat right there. That single leg snatch down. Nice work, keep using this pressure. We'll see if he shoots that double leg against the cage. It was using it earlier on in the round. The side kick misses.
Ooh. Wow, that was a nice side step, and that takedown did not connect, but he's applying some major pressure right now. Like what Surat is doing, he's being patient, and he is just right now he's picking East Eternal apart right now. Yeah, it's the end of the first round, and I tell you, that's doing a good job just to hang in there with somebody like the caliber of Surat. So let's see what happens in the second round.
Yeah, we'll see if any adjustments get made. A lot of good work from that rear left power kick from Surat, snatching up that body, that liver side. And there's a lot of forward movement from Eternal, just really forcing them hooks, but he's trying to crash forward just like this. He wants Surat going backwards so he can shoot this to the cage. Doesn't matter if those hooks get blocked. He wants that pressure, that position, and he's getting it here, crashing in successfully. Man, you got to watch Romero's stats in the clinch though, and wise break here too.
Nice ankle pick attempt, but looks like Surat was all over that. And we're already seeing with the meta changes of the game how that driving takedown totally affects the gameplay and the stand-up. But it seems like Surat, look at that. That's going to drain on East stamina when you keep going for these takedowns and is keep getting denied here perfectly Look at that big shots there by Suarez.
Oh, beautiful.
It's eternal.
Oh, that's it.
That may all she wrote. That is it. Wow, Balin, what do you think about that?
I mean, it's just so quick, so fast. Beautiful work to the body, then back up to the head, coming in nice and tight, and the overhand just finishing extra damage. I mean, not giving your opponent a chance to recover is always key in situations like that. I mean, I think he'd rocked him once previously with that uppercut, but beautiful job, jab to the body over the top with the overhand, and he'd already landed a nice big left hook to the body from a rear uppercut as well. So, I mean, just smooth, clinical work, drops the guard nice and easy, and takes him over the top.
Yeah, see, this was the debut of Suarez coming out. Like I said, he was number 28 in the world. So, you know, major props out to East Eternal, even, you know, getting out of that first round and just putting up a fight against Suarez, because that was a very tough opponent. And we got like a new contender to watch out for here with Suarez, number 28 in the world. I can't wait to see what happens with Suarez going forward.
Yeah, East was using a little bit too much forward pressure, almost just winging off them hooks. We're going to try and have a little quick look at some of this footage here. We can see on this quick replay here, East is pressing forward, lands a nice body kick, and then a nice return. We saw that liver kick, but here he's just swinging these hooks, 3-4 hooks out here. Nice patient jab there from Surat, finding the timing on it. 1-2 just misses, and again, this forward movement swinging hooks, another return to the body with liver shot on there. He's still pushing forward, which is what got him caught with that rock, and that's kind of the story of the fight. There was a lot of this forward pressure from East, and he kept running into these shots. Again, he's running into the short straight there, so a lot of forward pressure, a lot of crashing, which kind of was the game plan, but he was just running into a planted Surat who kept landing that shot to the body and eventually just crashed over and over again into that rear uppercut, that rear hook he was throwing there as well.
Yeah, and I think I would like to see some adjustments made by East whenever he comes back. Whenever you just throwing out those 3 and 4 hit combinations, you're going to wear yourself out and you're going to get predictable, and that's when Suarez could plant and just pick apart that combination. So I'm pretty sure East will go back to the drawing board, get stronger, come back. Look forward to seeing both of these fighters come back in the Esfl.
For sure, yeah. Now the next fight, I don't know if it's ready yet. Do you know?
I do not know. We will check with the guys in the back. I'm not sure if Citrus has showed up yet. If not, then we will get a replacement and go from there.
Okay.
But the guys in the back will be working about it. But I guess until then, we can talk about real quickly.
We can have a quick look at the finish there right here, because we can take a quick look at that as well. We can see the sequence that led up to the finish in that last fight here. We're bringing this up right now. Again, there was this forward pressure we're talking about. He's still moving forward, winging. That's a nice, beautiful pull counter. Returns the deny right there on that little ankle pick. Really cost him that stamina like we talked about. And again, he comes back with his forward crashing game plan. The 1-2 falls short. Another pull counter, same pull counter from before off that rear uppercut, and beautiful finish there, jab to the body, overhand over the top. So again, just forward pressure from East like we talk about. But here we go. Apparently we now know that we're skipping this fight, but it's nice to have that as a little recap to go to as well.
Okay. Yeah, I like these replays, man. These replays are sweet, man. So yeah, that forward moving pressure, you got to know when to apply it and use it sparingly, because it can get you in trouble. So yeah, I guess we'll be on to the next fight of the evening.
All right. We're going to make sure everyone's up. It is early in the year. We're bringing back all these competitors, but we want to make sure everyone has their fights ready to go for us to watch. It's what we're all here to do.
Yeah. And one thing that I like about some of the changes that happened in the meta with that, like we said, that driving takedown against the cage really is changing like the meta of the stand-up, because whenever you have that into play, now whenever you have a grappler that you're facing against, he has that many more options to take you down, not just shooting for a double leg, single leg, or even just an ankle pick. Now I can take you to the cage. I can choose the body lock, the takedown from various single leg, double legs, and things of that nature. So it really helped to add balance. And we saw some great defense there. Suarez able, even whenever you get up against the cage, that doesn't mean that that's an automatic takedown. if you know what you're doing, if you know how to deny all of the animations that you need to learn now. So yeah, that's a good textbook win. It's a great textbook kind of example of how you defend those cage takedowns.
For sure, yeah. I don't know if we even have our third fight ready right now either.
Okay. So the third fight is not ready to go. What are these guys saying in the back? Do we need to take intermission, or are we going to go on to the next fight that's prepared, and then we can maybe come back?
I think we should just take a 60-second intermission here just to get our bearings so we know what's going on, and then we'll come back and we'll let you guys know. So yeah, let's take a quick 60 seconds there, guys, just so we can clear up and just make sure we know what's going on with the next one, because better to have these problems at the start of the card, I think. So we'll take quick 60 seconds, guys. Be right back. Hey, what's up, guys? Just a quick update here. We are just sorting out the next fight. Have a bit of problem with some fighters tonight. It's a lot of weight cutting issues, things like that, but we want to make sure we've got our next series of fights and consecutive ones. So just sorting that out for you. We'll give you an update. Should be back. But yeah, sorry guys. Not showing up tonight. fight for you right now. Coming up next, we're going to skip ahead a couple right here, and we've got Drizzo taking on Gaza. We got to fight.
Yeah,
it's good.
This is an interesting fight here. We skipped ahead in the fight card, and we'll come back working on the fight in the background. Some guys dropped out, but we'll get some fight too. Now, Drizzo was one of the guys that made it all the way up to the championship fight in season 1, and then decided to take some time off. Now he's back facing a very, very dangerous Gaza who's stepping in on short notice. So we definitely appreciate Gaza for doing this.
Yeah.
And right now it seems like they're going to be going with Gaza GSP, and I didn't know if he was going to pick a Cowboy. Oh, they both switching up. Let's see what they're going with. Drizzo is, I think they're just playing these mind games right now. Let's see. They playing mind games. Nobody coming out with Leon. All right, Nick Diaz versus RDA, maybe.
Counter picking is a real strategy. There's a lot of not just stats and attributes and perks, but there's also move sets you want to worry about. So you can negate certain positions because of other fighters. Transitional positions or reversals. So it's not so much always the striking techniques that are useful for counter picking, but I'd say generally more so what you've got in terms of your playground on the ground, what you can use, what reversals you have available to you, what sweeps you have to counter other people's dominant positions or statistical advantages, I guess. But in this example, or in this instance, I'm sure they're just going to bang it out on the feet. So,
yeah, one thing that you want to look out whenever you're fighting, whenever you have RDA versus a Nick Diaz, RDA has the tree chopper level 3, so he's going to get a +3 for his power. Now Nick Diaz only has like an 80 leg strength, so a lot of times it doesn't take much to hurt the legs of Nick Diaz. So let's see if they try to use some of these this tree chopper perk here to take advantage of a Nick Diaz.
Yeah, and look at him come straight out the gate, running straight down the pipe, blasting those 1-2s. And I like how he's stepping in with the jab and plying. Stepping in with the jab, plying. That straight isn't moving forward. That straight's coming right off the hip. Oh, and Drizzo knows it, but that's a nice return right there. A little catch on the outside. Just double jab, stepping in, straight to the body, lead hook to the body, and nice little interrupt strikes here as well, Box. So this pressure is going to wear on Gaza. He has to find a way to negate or just stop him coming forward. Already all over him.
Yeah, this is a lot of pressure here by very dangerous Drizzo. You got, in this case, man, you have to use your offense as defense. You can't sit there and just let somebody wear on your guard, wear on your head. But this is very tough. Oh, and he moved his head.
Just as about to say. Beautiful work, man. Slipping off.
Came back and got a huge rock. Very impressed right there with that.
Yeah, it was a fantastic job. Just as I was about to say, Chopin as well, right there, Bugs. You're completely right. You can't just wear that block. You've got to move your head. You've got to slip. You've got to counter. Get your big shots off. Lots of damage. He slipped that straight beautifully to the outside. Big left hand came over the top, and he's right back on the cage again. And he's got to find a way out. Popping that double leg. Beautiful stuff right there. Pushing down on the head. Got that backside turtle now, and this is where he's got to be careful if he's going to sit to that full guard. But no, straight back on the feet. Drizzo giving it up. Wants to make a statement here tonight, perhaps, Bugs.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I see Drizzo has his foot on that pedal, but look at there, man. Gaza is doing a really good job of just staying tight and returning shots, and he has a stamina advantage, and that's a big whip and a huge body kick by Gaza there, wearing on that stamina of Nick Diaz. And Drizzo has to watch out for his stamina here.
Yeah, Drid's definitely also now moving forward. He's throwing that big rear hook. He's throwing it again now. It's 3-4 times in a row. Before the start of this round, it was all straight, all 1-2. Now he's throwing that big 4, that big rear hook, and that is going to, as you just said, rain on that stamina. And now they've switched camera angles here, and Gaza getting a little bit more comfortable. He's banging that big 4 in there. That hook came over the top, caught him nicely, but not enough to even stop. And there's a nice double leg. Well timed. Don't know if he can complete it right here. No locking of the hand, switching to the single. Beautiful job. No training there.
Nice. Hey,
body to body.
See, now that's the new meta right there. Either you're going to go for that takedown, which you denied by R2 and down, or you going to go for the body lock. And he faked the takedown and went for the body lock. Yeah, beautiful takedown, but you land right in the guard of Nick Diaz, and this is not where you want to be. Got to watch out.
I mean, that's some real world wrestling right there. Shoot the double gets defended, they spread their hips. You shoot the single, the legs come together, you go back to the double, but he came up top and got that body to body. It was beautiful work. So now he's got this top position, good stats for RDA on top, lots of perks, loaded with perks, as you would say, Boxer, controlling that top position. You've got a workhorse as well. So this is good, but he's only got a short amount of time left. The ends on top, man. That rock happened real early. I don't know, what are you thinking?
Yeah, you know, okay, this is something that's tricky that I always wanted to talk about, and I kind of learned this from Brian Triangle City. When you're in somebody's guard and that's where they want to be, you almost have a free transition into half guard, because they don't want to reverse that and get them out of their guard. So you saw an easy transition there by Gaza, able to pass that guard, because he wanted to stay in Nick Diaz's guard. All right, second round. Let's see what happens. Yeah, fireworks in the first one.
It was fireworks in the first one. We saw that on the replay in between rounds. Drizzo was coming right out forward, straight down the middle with the ones and twos. See if he goes back to that. He had a lot of forward pressure, and that rear uppercut, like we said, did work for him. That's what caused that first rock. And now Gaza's going to have to panic shoot that takedown against the double leg, though, again.
Wow. But you know what? He lands right here in the guard, and this is right where Drizzo wants to be. You're right there in a very dangerous spot when you're in the guard of Nick Diaz.
Yeah, I'm surprised he even got that double leg. He's back to the cage, you know.
See? Yeah, look, he can pass that. He can pass that guard because he doesn't want to. He does not want to reverse that.
Oh, cheeky. Easy little get up there. Straight back to the feet, back where Drizzo is more than happy as well. But as Gaza's getting hurt, backed up to the cage, he did shoot that double leg. Don't know if he's going to get lucky the next time. And now he's starting to see that stamina advantage just play to the point where the speed starts to wear. And Gaza's going to have to make intelligent decisions about interruption strikes. He can't really trade speed for speed now at range and at distance. Nice head movement to the outside, but that knee's blocked. He's got to slip his head off. Bang that straight, plant even. Plant through that straight, hit that lead uppercut. Something nice. 2-punch combos. He keeps using these threes here. Pull counters falling short, and that's a nice little lead hook. But there's that straight from Drids coming right back down the pipe right there. And oh, he's trying to land that rear uppercut. Lead hook again. Rocked him 3 times with that now, Box.
Yeah, I see Gaza just take his time, just landing these single straights to the body after Drizzo throws a combination. And look at the stamina on Drizzo right there. But he's applying a lot of pressure, and these are some big knees. And I expect to see Drizzo slow down here as the stamina is depleting rapidly.
Oh man, nice little lead hook to the body, and that's what's going to take it out of you. That body snatcher burn. Oh, beautiful. Switch stance now, back in. A nice little roundhouse. Didn't even switch stance back, just threw it off there. And Gaz is still trying to throw this big hook, man. If I'm Gaz, I'm hitting that body with a straight. I'm planting my feet. I'm landing that straight as he's coming forward. I'm not trying to initiate. It leans right into that big hook. Oh, careful planting. Oh, that's it.
Again, Drizzo pouring on the pressure here. Let's see if Gaza can survive. And like you said, he had Nick Diaz had that body snatcher perk, so he evened the score when it came down to the stamina. Oh, big kick there by Gaza, able to come back. Right now, this is the fight of the night. Both guys hurt, both guys rock, both guys' energy is totally low. Last 24 seconds of the round. What's going to happen here, baby?
Oh, man. I mean, that was beautiful work. Landing that lead roundhouse. Just catched him right on the end of it. Not when he's expecting it. Beautiful little slip of the head kick here, too. And Gaza's completely changed the stamina of the game. Beautiful straight. Liver kick and then into the knee to the body. Man, what a round.
We got a fight here, ladies and gentlemen. I actually do not know who I would get at round 2 because I think Drizzo landed the more the shots, but more the significant shots that actually caused rocks had to go to Gaza. I mean, this is just an amazing fight that's coming up, and I can't wait to see the 3rd round.
Yeah, you see here at the end of the second, this is exactly when Gaza got dropped right here, but then this straight 1-2, big hook, jab, rear uppercuts on the outside, and we'll see him land this body shot right at the end. Bam! There's the big lead body shot off the kick, and lucky didn't land that liver shot straight after.
They're touching gloves. They're back in the 3rd round.
Oh, he's trying to land that pull counter. He's got to be careful. If he pull counters and just reset
big
it.
block there. Oh, he goes for the block break. Oh, wow. Drizzo with the comeback. That was an amazing fight. Drizzo came out and just use a lot of that fluidity perk that Nick Diaz, and he was just able just to break through that block and drop Gaza, who put on an amazing performance. This could have went either way. What do you think about that?
I mean, wow. I think that, you know, he didn't really have any block left. At that point, he had taken so much damage. And, you know, Adrizzo is always going to come forward like a freight train, throwing those ones and twos like pistons, you know, right down the pipe. Pure speed. And, you know, you have to create space, move your head, work the body early, be patient. Don't try and get carried away with 3-4 punch combinations. Don't throw your big hooks. Get your jab, your straight to the body, your lead hook to the body. Play safe. If he throws uppercuts, don't hit that body. Just... you can't block, you know, you got to move your head, and that played into the fight towards the end, and I think he just took too much damage too early, really, but did get a couple of takedowns, not able to do anything with him, but great performance by Drizzo, for sure.
Yeah, that was an amazing fight. With Gaza, I know we'll see him come back stronger than ever. He almost beat a dangerous Drizzo. You got to realize Drizzo fought for the title at one point in the ESFL in season 1. So this guy is also one of the best in the world. And Gaza showing up. But tonight, Drizzo was the one that showed out and got the win. Great job by both of these fighters. Can't wait to see them fight again in the ESFL.
For sure, man. For sure. I mean, two of the best in the world, and whenever they turn up and when either of them fight, you know, it's always a good fight, it's always a good show, and they're here and they're showing up and they just put a fight on for us. So thanks to both of them for that, because that was great.
Yep.
Let's see. Now, again, I think we're having a bit of trouble tonight. I think tonight's the night that no one wants to show up and fight.
Yep, but I think we got the next 2 fights lined up, ready to go.
Oh, we do. Are we going back?
Yeah. Yeah, live notifications. We got Ben.
We're good.
Another member.
Excellent.
PTT coming in. Ben versus Takedown.
Oh, this is what we like to see. Perfect. Oh, and they're readied up. They're good to go. Right, let's jump straight into this one, because these boys are ready to go. All right.
All right.
Excellent.
Drop that link in. All right. Seems like this fight is going to be in the lightweight division. We have PTT Ben versus Takedown Town.
Yeah, man. Interesting matchup. And we've already seen RDA coming out tonight, not in this weight class. And obviously McGregor is still very much one of the strongest fighters in the current meta that we have here. But we're going to have to see how the forward pressure gets handled this time, because we saw RDA getting corralled a bit. That's only going to happen a little bit more. There's a speed disadvantage and a footwork disadvantage, so he's going to have to create his own space, and he's going to have to move his head here, because he can't eat too many of these shots. You know, McGregor, you can definitely take him to deep waters, but damage accumulates so quickly. Big shots can take you out. 2, 3, 4 shots when you're rocked without recovery, and the fight can be over, Boxer.
Yeah, you got to watch out with Conor McGregor in that 91 striking. But the thing is, if you have Conor McGregor, you have to use a lot of that power sparingly, because he only has an 88 stamina versus RDA has a 90 stamina. So if you're RDA, you kind of want to wear on that stamina of Conor McGregor so you can take off some of that striking power. But Conor McGregor has a 10. He can take a lot of damage because he has a 95 health, whereas RDA only has an 89 health. So I like this matchup because you got 2 guys that are strong where the other guy is weak. So we want to see if you can protect your weak area and then also, utilize your strengths. And so with RDA, you're going to have those kicks. You're going to have that tree chopper. And with Conor McGregor, you're going to have that fluidity and those level 4 heavy hands, laser focused counter puncher. So, you want to keep it standing if you're Conor McGregor, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see again. We'll see how much aggression's displayed. We'll see if there's, when you've got that much power, you don't have to throw the big shots. You don't have to throw your big haymakers, your big hooks. You can just be patient and just sit back on your straight and wait for your openings and throw those shots when it matters the most, when your opponent's vulnerable, when their vulnerability window's high. But we'll see how it plays out. Nice little touch of gloves. Good fight right here. And already we're seeing that forward pressure from Ben. Oh, beautiful little job to the body. Come up with that lead hook. Takedown Town already thrown back though, and they're trying to regain center of the octagon control. Cannot let yourself get pressured against the cage. Easy target for those hooks to the body. And here he goes, he's planting front in the center. This is good, Boxer.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of nice head movement, a lot of pivot lunges there coming out from Takedown and returning combinations of his own, being applying some pressure. But it seems like Takedown showed him, like, look, you can't just pin you against the cage and just throw shots.
Yeah, he needs to be careful just throwing that leg kick from the outside, though, especially McGregor. That reach advantage is going to step right through with that 1-2 and catch every single time. But content to trade in half the head health right there from 2 punches. This is what we're talking about. You cannot stay here like this at the start of the round. You just get on your bike, get on the outside, don't get corralled, and just pick your shots. And Ben's doing a fairly good job of being patient.
Nice lunging body straight there. A takedown, but he finally gets caught there from BTTB. Ben rocks Takedown Town.
Ooh.
Let's see what happens. Nice lunge there. And let's see if he can continue to wear on that stamina of Conor McGregor.
Yeah, beautiful recovery as well. Stay composed, got out there. And like you said, wearing stamina, I mean, you get rocked once, you're probably going to get rocked once. You're fighting Conor McGregor. It's definitely not the end of the fight. It's not even the end of the round. So just stay composed, relax, recover, and then like this, start to pick your shots, find your openings, mix up your attacks. Be careful, always slipping out to the same side though. Would like to see Town use some actual, you know, plant the body, plant the feet, and move the head a little. All these pivot lunges, although good, do cost a little stamina. Great push into the double leg. Love that, Boxer.
Push right into the double leg. And like you said, yeah, that's a lot. Sometimes these initial rocks can be cosmetic because you will probably get rocked when you're fighting Conor McGregor with all of that power. But if you can continue to wear on his stamina, just like Takedown is doing, and just like his name, Takedown Town, we should expect to see a takedown from Takedown Town. Now let's see what he can do now that he's here. Now he missed a transition in there, back to their feet, surprisingly. And let's see if he can get this fight back to the ground where he wants it.
Yeah, it was a real good opportunity right there for Takedown to just get a little bit more stamina, get a few denies off. Just didn't even have to do much. Didn't have to pass guard. Didn't even really have to land much ground and pound. Just hold position for a little bit. But nice little sideways momentum building sweep for the full guard transition. Then up top with the get up. So nice and easy for Ben. And now he's back on the feet here, putting that pressure on. There was a nice liver shot right there, trying to make up that stamina deficit. And Takedown Town's reaching with these jabs. He's stepping in. He's got to be real careful because if you step in like that into a shot from McGregor, you're going to eat it even harder. So there's no real need to put this much forward pressure. Now he's caught trading again. Beautiful shot, front kick, just bouncing off the guard. And oh, nice little hand plant. Capoeira there. And, you know, this is a good first round.
Wow, yeah, good first round. What I've seen is being BTTB, he was able to just see where he could use that fluidity and get off those combinations, because if you get off one good combination with Conor McGregor, you will rock your opponent. And it seems like Takedown just ran right into 2 combinations that Ben had for him, and he's down on the scorecard probably because of that. But it's not over. Like you said, Conor McGregor and his stamina can come into play here. And let's see if Takedown can come out, get another takedown, and kind of keep the ground on the ground a little bit longer, and maybe that can change the fight. But right now, I'll have to get that first round to BTTB.
Yeah, and you can see on the replay right there, it was that jab, rear uppercut, lead hook. I mean, it's a combo that we see a lot. Not that you should, you know, always necessarily remember combos. You know, you can flow freely in there, but that jab, rear uppercut, left hook is always or lead hook, I should say, is always a dangerous combo. And whenever you're in range, you want to be careful. That's not the same one, but very similar. Everybody going to get hit with that, and that's exactly what happened again. We need more of this pivot lunges from the outside. And go back to these leg kicks. There's a little bit of success. It just will do a good job stopping the forward momentum, and it's going to make it so much easier to get these takedowns and just take some of the fight, some of the gas out of Ben right here. If you can just chop the legs a little, get some damage, and get some easier takedowns.
Yeah, this is going to be very hard at this point, as Ben is taking the stamina advantage here, but he's returning shots of his own. But Ben is doing a really good job on his feet, finding those combinations, able to get another rock yet again in the second round. And here we go. Now, Takedown, deploying at the knees. And let's see what happens.
But Takedown's always leading with that jab. He's always stepping forward and leading with that jab. He's already been slipped on a couple of times. So he keeps doing that. He's doing it again right there. I feel like Ben's going to get a little read on that. There's the outside leg kick. This is good. And nice and plants right there. Now he's planting, throwing the jab. He wasn't doing that earlier. He's always pushing forward. He doesn't need to take the fight to Ben. Ben's going to come to him. He just needs to counter and find his shots. There. Beautiful. Just as we called it. Excellent work.
Uppercut.
There's a lead uppercut.
Just coming out of nowhere, and he's able to get the clinch. Let's see if he's going to work Conor McGregor to the cage and then start to work this takedown here. He has double underhook against the cage. He decides to let him go just to reestablish better position where he either can go for the takedown or a body lock. And look, we got Ben already blocked the body lock and able to get double unders of his own.
This is good management of the stamina in the clinch from takedown. Town never went below half right there while he was working for that takedown. Always was careful with the transitions, denying, making sure he's not losing less than half stamina, like to a detrimental point for him right there. But great work, gets the takedown. But look at that beautiful half guard sweep, rolls him right over. Now he's got this top position. Takedown Town. I mean, he's still down it. It's not too bad, but he did such a great job right there. It was a beautiful work, exactly what he needed. But now he's on his back again, Box.
Yeah, I don't know if he went for a submission there and he got reversed, but I don't think he needed to go for that at that point. I would have liked to seen him keep his position, but look at this. He doesn't care because he has Conor McGregor in the triangle right here. Second stage has a long way to go.
3 stages already, and he's pushing that 3-way escape.
And even if you don't get these, as you go through your stages, you're going to do damage on the head of your opponent. And let's see if he's able to get another rock coming up from doing that submission damage. And just like I called it, he was able to get a rock off that submission damage. And I feel just a little small adjustments, takedown can totally change this fight around. Yeah, and Ben is doing, I think he's still in the lead, but takedown is going to really need a very strong third round to convince these judges. But both fighters rock. Both fighters hurt in that second round.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it right there on the in-game replay. Twice he rocks him, twice with uppercuts right here. We can take a quick look at the replay that we've got. And this is his patient here. Look, he's not forcing the action. He's not pressuring forward. He's planting. He's planting his feet, and that's why the uppercut landed. Good forward pressure, works him back, gets that lovely side clinch, a nice cheeky knee to the body, and this is where he takes it to the cage. And really sorts of take over the fight just for a small amount of time. Did end up losing the position, but it's because he's planting his feet and landing these shots. He's not forcing this forward jab and running into more damage. That's why he got that rock. The same with the other rear uppercut. So more of that, less forcing this action.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to see both of these guys just earned each other's respect for going 2 rounds and taking the best shot of each other, and they showed a sign of respect here, and that was genuine. So these guys get ready to leave it all in the octagon here in the 3rd round.
Ben does such a great job of getting into range and knowing when he's in range and then not moving his feet. You'll see him jab in. Once he's there, he's not moving forward anymore. He's standing, planting that straight. There's no forward pressure. There's no continual movement. He knows where he is, and that was a risky uppercut. He eats the big left hook, though, from Town. He's got to be careful of that. Stamina, though, Boxer.
Look at there. Ben's working that body, and he has a big stamina advantage here against Takedown, so he can pour on that pressure. But Takedown seems like he's finding his range. He knows when to throw those uppercuts, and he only has a little over 3 minutes to work here. Let's see if he's going to be able to take this fight back down to the ground or get another rock of his own.
I mean, he's throwing these massive shots right now, but you can't really blame him. It's the 3rd round. He knows he's not winning, and his body's hurt. He's throwing these big hooks and these big overhands. He has to land something big, Box. So as much as you want to criticize this kind of technique right now, it's almost necessary. It does put him in harm's way, but what else choice does he have? He eats another lead uppercut right there. I mean, rear ones, excuse me. And all these jabs, it just shows Ben. He's got this great range management. He knows these jabs in range. Just keeps him on the injury. He's using that as a feeler right there, just to test the range. Okay, my straight's in range. I'm going to keep the jab there, line up my big shot. And Town's trying to return. Right now, he needs to work that body more than he's going to the head. But it's going to be a tough ask for him just to finish out this round even.
Yeah, last 2 minutes to go. Let's see if Ben can actually get the finish. But Takedown Town is still dangerous. You have to be careful. But you got to think that Ben is up in the scorecards right now with another rock. Huge left hand. Ben's going, working the body, working the head, changing levels. Just showing us an elite striking game here, using high-level Conor McGregor. This is a great fight. So, another big body rock there. Flying knee up against the cage.
It's not even over.
Can't take him out. Takedown survive.
I don't know how he's still standing right now, and that liver shot has been money for him all night right here. He's just made him fear the hands, made him fear the boxing from his good range management, and then whenever he's on the outside, he's landing that nice liver shot. There's a nice little cheeky elbow to set that takedown up, but it's not enough. He's going to have to try real hard to not get knocked out here as the fight ends. Nice double under pummel into the tie. Ooh, we're still transitioning though. And nice
didn't quite get it there. Last 20 seconds.
Oh, outside trip as well.
And he ended up getting a takedown.
Armbar, here we go.
He went for it. Good job there by lasting all the way through to that third round. And it seems like Ben showed us early who got that win there. And Ben ended up getting the win against Takedown. Great fight. All 3 rounds there. You know, by 2 very dangerous opponents. What I saw there was, you know, Ben just had a little bit too much on the stand-up when it came down to using Conor McGregor. And with Takedown, when he got those takedowns and those opportunities, he had a lot of opportunities to stay on the ground and keep that fight where he could have done more damage. So if he was going to improve, that's where I would say improve in that area. Once you get the takedown, stay there, do your damage, because once it gets back to the feet with a fighter like Conor McGregor, it's not going to be in your favor. Tonight was the debut of PTTB. Ben did a great job, saw some elite level striking, and yeah, we're going to have some great matches in the future between the guys that won on the card tonight. Now, yeah, and just can't wait to see both of these guys come back in the octagon, baby.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, yeah, we kind of saw it a lot through the fight. We're going to take a quick look at this replay, this first rock that Ben got here. And like you said, there was just some great use of Conor McGregor right here, but it was really his distance management to me. I mean, Takedown Town, who's constantly pushing forward with this jab, and he's walking into Conor. That just does so much more damage. He doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to move forward and strike unless he's going backwards, and he's literally crashing with him in the center of the octagon, and that's what led to a lot of this problems that he encountered early on. He did a good job with these leg kicks, but you just saw it way too much, just too much forward movement, much more planting. I mean, planting, those pivot lunges are great, but if he's looking for the takedown, he can set nice takedowns up off those, or he can plant his feet, learn to slip from a base, and then shoot the takedowns. You know, if he likes that double leg so much, slip 2 shots. You know, there's a lot of 1-2s coming out there. There's a lot of room for improvement and a lot of just adjustments he can make to optimize his style, because constantly moving forward with a jab like that against any of these top players, they're just going to read that. They're going to slip straight you all day. You have to find other ways to be aggressive going forward, and also to just know when to not go forward, know when to, okay, I'm not going to win in a straight trade. I've got the smaller reach advantage here. I need to find my openings and use them. And when he was a lot more patient and planning, he was getting those rocks. But like you said, great fight between 2 great competitors, and we've got another fight with another 2 great competitors right here. So let's jump straight over to that one.
Oh yeah. So what we have here now? We got Gonzales.
That's correct. Yeah.
Versus Joke.
That's right. Bantamweight, my favorite weight class. FYI, if anyone cares. I don't know if you guys do, but
yeah, the bantamweight. All right, it seems like you're running back this classic matchup of TJ Dillashaw versus Cody Garbrandt.
I think we can expect
definitely, one of the icon matches of this weight class.
I think we can expect TJ's chin to get a bit of a nerf, perhaps, maybe after last night.
Yeah, last night, I don't know. Yeah, so TJ versus look at this. These guys never fought before. Gonzales here, using TJ Dillashaw. TJ Dillashaw loaded with perks: headhunter, untouchable, workhorse, marathoner, desperate measures. Which we never really talk about that one. Desperate measures reduces stamina loss by 6% during health events. Yeah, so when TJ is rocked, he could have probably used desperate measures last night. But this is a video game, and you get a perk here if you get TJ Dillashaw when you get rocked here. So let's see what happens. He's coming out first round, touching gloves, and wow, look at this.
Straight TJ taunt. We've got Gonzales in the red here, Joker in the blue. This is a classic matchup. This is real good. I mean, it really depends on these two styles, but just initially, you want to see Joker look to plant, land them big power shots, and find these openings like that. Beautiful job with that straight right. And already, though, we're seeing Gonzales work this outside leg kick and that big calf kick that comes out nice and clean. And Joker's already moving his head.
Both guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah, working those legs there. But yeah, they're coming out swinging, baby.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a nice variety of attack is an advantage you have as TJ, but Joker needs to keep it simple, man. And beautiful straight. This is great work from him. That straight is gonna do a real good job of punishing that forward pressure. Do a great job of mitigating, you know, and interrupting attacks. And right there, he did a great job slipping his head off and landing that straight as well. So I'm liking Joker's shot selection here. Real nice and basic, real simple, nice little fake as he was coming forward, and he had Gonzales backing up. So he's already got him reacting to his little jab right there. And there he tried to throw a little forward punch and eats a lead roundhouse. That's going to cost him right there.
Yeah, these guys are definitely just filling each other out right now. Gonzales, I will say this. Gonzales, this is a big crucial fight for him because he's coming off a loss against the dangerous Bruce Lee Rob. So he needs this fight. So he's serious now. And I'm seeing him, you know, work the legs, going to the head. He's doing a good job here starting out. I would think he would have advantage so far.
Yeah, the investment in the leg kicks is real good, but he's only catching Joker when he's moving backwards. They're going to do a hell of a lot more damage if he can time them as Joker's stepping forward. And Joker's getting a little punchy. He's thrown a little too many shots, and that's starting to wear his stamina down. He's going back to these two-punch combinations, which are nice now, but Gonzales really finding his range. Beautiful straight. 2 shots to the body. Nice rock coming up top with the uppercut. Another lead uppercut right here. He's going against the cage. It might be it. Going to try and work back to his feet, and he's going to do good. Now Joker's down on that stamina. He needs to reset and relax. Beautiful deny. That's going to help him out right there, but man, he got caught clean, and Gonzales found that range, was inside the pocket, and Joker just couldn't stop him from coming forward right there.
Yeah, man, that was almost the end of the fight quick. And Gonzales is still putting on that pressure. Even after he got that knockdown, I seen him moving his head right there, doing a good job. But those were some nice combinations coming out from Gonzales, getting an early knockdown there, early rock, and yeah, doing a good job.
Yeah, he's moving his head and planting his feet, which is what we talked about in the last fight. You know, a lot of pivot lunges, no planting of your feet, and he's doing a good job slipping down and around and coming back under. Very much a boxing slip. I got Mr. Boxer here in the booth. Yep. He's rolling under the hooks. He's not just slipping off to the sides, rolling under the hooks, which is always nice.
Yeah, and if you want to move your head, you want to move it in the first round against TJ Dillashaw, because that's what that untouchable perk does. It's going to give you a +3 attribute for head movement only in the first round. So right now, going to be interesting. He's not going to have as great a head movement as he does in the first round. But yeah, that first round would have to go to Gonzales. Going here in the second round, let's see what happens. They touching him up again.
Yeah, I mean, the stamina difference isn't too bad, but it's only going to get a bigger margin if the same thing happens this round. So Joker needs to go back to this careful shot selection. Leading with that straight was really, really helping him out. He was catching Gonzales coming forward. He was stopping that forward pressure right down the middle. So he needs to go back to that. It's a nice little uppercut fade away right there as he's moving backwards. But Gonzales knows he has a stamina advantage. He's going to press forward. He's going to really use to stick that jab in his face right here, trying to get that head moving back in. But the stamina advantage is just getting. I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of that lead body work from Gonzales off that lead leg to the body right here. He's abandoning these leg kicks now. Ooh, little fake trying to move in, and Joker's just now at that point where that speed starts to go away, Boxer, and it's real hard to compete in these quick exchanges. You've got to start thinking where your opponent's going to be and how they're going to come forward if you want to catch them.
Yeah, a nice little bread basket body straight there.
He
wow,
big
that head kick there from TJ Dillashaw, and Joker's in trouble. If I was Joker, I want to start using some of these heavy hands of Cody Garbrandt, or maybe some of the Game Changer, because he has to do something. But look at that. Look at Gonzales move that head, and he actually has everything pegged down right now from Joker. He knows when he's going to throw. He knows exactly what he's going to do, and it's teeing off right now. A lot of those body straights are just worn on the stamina of Joker. There's not much he can do at this point. Let's see if he can survive.
Yeah, and you always hear that old saying, how good is a player and how good are they when they've got no stamina? Because then it's a completely different fight. You can't rely on the speed of your fighter. You can't rely on contending and meeting your opponent, strike for strike. You have to start finding shots that work. You have to start moving your head and making them miss and making them pay. You can't just go in there and bang and swing and try and trade and try and beat them to the punch, because you aren't going to beat them to the punch. So you have to find ways to land these shots, and Joker's going to have to try and make these adjustments. He's kind of finding a little home for it right now, but unable to get a catch on that lead, and then a nice straight to the body right there as well. So Gonzales is looking real good.
Yeah, I like what Gonzales is doing. He actually, is taking his time, even though he knows his opponent is hurt. You don't have to just gas out all of your stamina. Just take your time and let those opportunities open up for you, and you'll end up eventually, getting the KO that you want. And he's just taking his time, not being dangerous. Look at there, that rock. Look at that, lifted him off his feet, Balin. He got the nice finish there from Gonzales, who redeemed himself from coming off of a loss. But you know what? This just shows you how dangerous Bruce Lee is.
That's what I was going to say.
Because he beat Gonzales last week. But, tonight is the night of Gonzales. He redeemed himself, showed an amazing stand-up here, just being patient, and look at that highlight.
Boom.
Wow.
I mean, he had him really badly hurt with that head kick in that round as well. I feel like he could have finished it if he followed up to the ground. But, yeah, he was kind of getting a little reckless. Not reckless, but he was looking for the big shot. And then all of a sudden, as soon as you started talking about it, he settled back in, went back to his leg kicks, and that just set up that uppercut, because he started mixing up the elevation of attacks again there. And a great performance by Gonzales. I mean, gets it done inside of 2 rounds there. I mean, good stuff. We can take a quick look at that first exchange. I just want to have a quick look and run that back through with you, because that's where the whole fight changed as soon as he landed that. We'll just check this out on the replay right here. He starts to close that distance, get right on in the inside, finds himself in the inside. Nice short shot with the lead uppercut off the rear uppercut, and then in the lead uppercut. We don't get to see the full build up to this, but really it was a case of Gonzales managing to get inside the range of Joker, and Joker not able to get away or to stop any kind of offense. There was no big shots preventing Gonzales or giving Gonzales a reason to back out. He got in range, he stood there, he started throwing, and Joker didn't give him a reason to, not stay in that pocket, and that let him land that little bit of combinations. And after that, really, the fight sort of changed as a boxer.
Yeah, that was definitely a great job, man. That was an amazing highlight there. Those combinations coming out from Gonzales, I mean, they were on point. This guy is I fought him online, and he's a very dangerous striker. And that's what you got to do. I mean, you really have to be patient. You can't just let him attack that body and then just go back up top with those combinations. So, but if you're Joker, definitely some things to work on is protecting that body, not letting somebody just wear your stamina out. Because one thing that I saw that Gonzales was doing, he was throwing that body straight as Joker was throwing those combinations, and that's when you're going to eat some real heavy stamina loss. And so and that's what happened. And yeah, Gonzales, great night, and yeah, can't wait to see both of these fighters back in the octagon.
Yeah. So you have to remind, what fight are we going to now?
Yes, let's see. So let's take a look at that fight card. We've had some really good fights up until tonight. We had Sewer Rat. We saw Gonzales. We saw Drizzo. So yeah, I would think that we've yet to see Dylan. We've yet to see Retro Rocky. Let's see if any one of those fights are ready. Is the Dylan versus Libra Dog, is that fight ready to go? I
want to also just apologize really quickly tonight. I feel like it's part of my job too, as head of production, for the shoddiness of the fight card. It was a last minute put together thing this evening, not up to the usual standard quality fight cards, but our wonderful graphics guy is always in popular demand these days, because he does such a good job. So unfortunately we weren't able to get one, so apologize for the shoddy card this evening, but hopefully it still does the job, right?
Yep. Yeah, this definitely does the job. It seems like we're going to have to skip that 5th fight. And the big fight that I'm really, really excited for is coming up next. This is Retro Rocky. This fight here versus Jab Straight Spam. Jab Straight Spam is feeling real confident about this fight, and he's fighting a very dangerous Retro Rocky who's number 74 in the world. Retro Rocky has an amazing ground game. You know, he's a well-known fighter out there in the UFC community, and glad to see him on the card, and cannot wait to see this fight between two very, very talented fighters.
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, two of the best. I mean, Jab did a great job. Always showing up last year. Always fighting the high level guys. Always, you know, competing with the best in the world. I mean, he's fought some of the best as well, and Retro Rocky as well. Definitely. I mean, no slouch in any department really. So it's going to be a great matchup. It's going to be a great fight. I think they're just sorting themselves out, getting it going here. But you know, the beauty of having this is we can watch the finish of that last. That last matchup one more time, or we can of course talk about the winner of this and who they might fight in the future as well. Is that plans? So, you're the matchmaker, Extreme. I assume you have plans.
Yeah, so with this fight here, Jab Straight Spam and Retro Rocky, you mean the winner of this? Who would they end up going to fight next?
Oh no, the main event winner. I should probably have said right there.
Oh yeah, so the main event, so we got the main event is just amazing. We got Ed Parker versus the Unibot, two of the best fighters in the world, and what's ending up shaking out there, we've already had our #1 contender match with Pre-United. Pre-United has won the #1 contender match, and yeah, keeping the integrity of the league. If you win that #1 contender match, you will get the title shot next. And then everybody else will fall in line. Now, the winner of this fight tonight, the headliner, I mean, they're right after they will see the winner of Avita X and Pre-United. Okay, whoever wins tonight between Ed Parker and Unibot. You talk about those 4 guys right there. This is the top of the top, creme de la creme. It doesn't get any better than that. So I can't wait to see how that shakes out and who walks away with the title. We've seen Avita X just be so dominant, you know, just beating the likes of like Gold and Kinetic NRG. You know, he's just beating the best of the best. Decided to take a week off today. We respected that, but we'll be getting right back into it. The next PlayStation card with a huge fight between him and Pre-United. Can't wait to see that. And the winner of that fight, like we said, will fight the winner of tonight's fight, Ed Parker versus Unibot. Doesn't get too much better than that.
Yeah, I mean, I must say, Box, you do such a great job breaking all this down, hyping it all up, laying out future plans, man. It's nice just so you know that you have, obviously you're the man in charge of all of this to a certain extent, especially the PS4 side of things. So it's nice to just give some, you know, reassurance to everybody watching as well. You know, you have a plan, you're breaking it down. There's so much coming up, you know, and it's all good things to look forward to as well. So we're lucky to have you break this all down for us and get us hyped. But before,
you know, these fights are not just thrown together. We talk with the staff. We put a lot behind, like who's going to fight who, and things always happen and change on the fly, as you see. We just do our best job to, you know, bring the best fights, you know, to the ESFL as we possibly can. So, any word in the back on?
Speaking of which,
you guys ready?
They were ready. Oh, and just as I said that, we've got a little connection to opponent has been lost. So I was about to segue beautifully into that, but apparently that ain't going to happen right now. They were ready, but I think they're going to take another quick second right here. But yeah, if you just check Mr. Jab's link, I believe he is the one who will be hosting this fight.
All right, Jab Straight Spam. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm watching. So yeah, it seems like these guys are in the back, you know, waiting to get their fight together. But one thing that I want to talk about is, you know, with Retro Rocky, we saw him come into the ESFL in season 1 and you know, he didn't have as much success as he wanted to. So now coming back again, I'm excited to see him back. Now these guys are actually connected. They're ready to go. And I want to see if Retro Rocky is going to be able to redeem himself. Jab Straight Spam did fairly well in season 1. Now he's back, and this is the first fight for both of these guys getting matched up here in the lightweight division. This is going to be a huge one. You got Tony Ferguson versus Habib Nurmagomedov. Man, this is going to be huge.
Yeah, man, it's such a good skill set matchup as well, just to see who can implement the game plan, take advantage of the strengths and weaknesses of each fighter, obviously, but also bring their own little touch to it. Bring the extra element that you don't expect. If you can pick Habib and you can outstrike your opponent, well, then you can take this fight anywhere. We don't see that very often, but we'll see how it all plays out. And we don't really see Habib that much, in meta. Sometimes, occasionally for the pure grapplers, but it's been a little while at least since I've seen him coming out. So I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I'm intrigued too, because Habib Nurmagomedov has 103 takedown. You're like, how in the world can that happen? Well, he already has a base takedown of 98, right? And then once you add a level 5 wrestling clinic onto that, you got 103 for any double leg or single leg takedown that you attempt. However, when you do that, you end right into the guard, Tone Ferguson. Yeah. So you do not want to be in his guard, as he has off the back level 2 perk. So that's going to increase your submission offense by +2 from a bottom submission. So that's why I love these type of matchups where you got a one fighter that's great on his back, but then you got one fighter that excels at putting people on their back. So it seems like what's going to happen? I mean, you can't ask for nothing better than that. Retro Rocky with Habib. I'm excited. Let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Red in the red gloves with Khabib and
Retro Rocky.
Yeah. Retro, and then we got a jab in the blue. But yeah, like you said, we mentioned it briefly earlier. In this kind of matchup, it's the skill set matchup, but also the reversals, the moves that they have on the ground, the counters in their picks right here. But this is a lot of trading that's going on right now. Very content to stand and plant. Nice straight catching Rocky as he's moving forward right there. Oh, sorry, I've got this wrong. Jab's in the red. Okay, this is my bad. Excuse me, guys. I apologize.
Yeah, I was wrong too, though. Yeah, it's Jab Straight Spam with Nurmagomedov. Retro Rocky in the blue glove with Tony Ferguson.
Wow, Retro using the full extent of the range and reach of Tony right there. Beautiful job. Wow. 1-2s to the body coming out, and they're just sharp there. Crisp head kick right there from Jab. Doing a good job with that knee. He's got to be real careful planting and throwing that when Retro's coming forward that much. Using that double jab really nicely to close the distance. But that's what I want to see more from Jab right there. That straight lead uppercut's going to be real good for him to stop that forward pressure. And he's going to have to find a home for this takedown, because he's going to need it, Boxer. He's going to need to use his wrestling if he wants to win this fight.
Yeah, he is. And one thing... Oh, look at that!
Beautiful.
Jab Straight Spam ended up getting such a huge stamina advantage momentarily. He was able to get that takedown. He's on top against a very dangerous Retro Rocky on the ground. You have to be careful when you're on the ground against Retro Rocky, because he is great at denying transitions, and now he is in the guard, and you would think that you may see a submission coming up.
Well, he's trying to hit that rubber guard, and there it is right there. Just as you said about his beautiful transitional denials, he got one off there. Wise little move, taking that stack guard position, but unable to stop the reversal and the sweep straight into this full guard postured up position now for Retro. Rocky's going to stack himself as well, and the chances are he's not going to get caught with the same transition, but a nice little get up by Jab. Not necessarily too bad out of the position, but he's the one who took the fight there in the first place. Nice little show of respect there. Yeah. Straight lead uppercut. Talked about that. There's going to be money for him. But Retro Rocky did such a good job staying right at the full extent of those 1s and 2s.
Yeah, nice job here by Jab Straight Spam. Even though with Tony Ferguson, he has a 91 striking versus Habib is just 89. It seems like Jab Straight Spam is doing a real good job here to stand up. And both of these guys have worn on their guys' stamina. And man, they're going in the deep water early.
Yeah, Retro is just throwing non-stop. He's going to get a little boost later on, but he's landing loads right now. So a lot of damage, but again, the planting. Beautiful work, slight overthrow right there as he's trying to get a little rock back down. Maybe take that double leg that he got so easily right there as well. But jab, I mean, great job planting and throwing that uppercut. This is good, and this is how you counter someone that's constantly moving forward, trying to smash that jab in your face. Great first round.
Wow, that's a big, huge rock there for jab straight spam. I gotta think that might have won him around. Now, Retro Rocky being number 74 in the entire world, in rank championships right now, I would think that you're gonna see Retro Rocky settle down, probably try to take this fight to the ground where he's the strongest, and try to do damage there. But yeah, like you said, he's throwing a little bit too wildly on the stand-up here, and jab straight spam has been picking him apart so far.
He's also doing a really good job of just sort of flowing as well. He's getting real loose. It's almost like he's throwing from his hips. He's not blocking a lot. You know, he's just letting the punches fly in combination at the exact range for sort of maximum effect and maximum damage. But when he does step a little too close, that's when he's eating that rear uppercut. And Jab knows it and keeps throwing it, keeps going back to it there. So Jab's doing a good job, but yeah, that jab lead hook of Retro Rocky is so quick. That lead hand is coming off so fast off that jab. He's eaten it a few times, so he has to be real careful.
Yeah, and one thing, if you're going to have a criticism of Tony Ferguson, it's his power, and his power is only going to be a 90 here on stand-up versus Habib Nurmagomedov is going to have a power of 94. So that's the thing with Tony Ferguson, you're going to have to just box your opponent to death. You're not going to, and there it is. Another block there by jab straight spam, and he's pulling on the pressure here, babe.
Yeah, man, just definitely wailing on him right now. Good job by Retro surviving that onslaught, that storm, and now he's coming back throwing his own combinations here. Quick, crisp punches. And they're trading again here, but this is so much. Jab's just planting and throwing these big uppercuts, and Retro Rocky keeps walking into him. He keeps moving forward. He needs to sort of sit on the outside of that range. He can be on the outside of that uppercut and still land his own shots. He doesn't have to be that close to land these punches because he keeps walking forward. He's in range of that uppercut all the time. He's got kicks, he's got knees he was using earlier. It doesn't have to be this close to land this damage, and he keeps paying for it, Boxer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's walking right into it, but as soon as we talk about that, look at there, he's able to get a rock of his own, jab straight spam, taking this fight to the ground, and this is where you have to be careful because this is Retro Rocky's world, and let's see if he decides to take this fight back to the feet, but he tried to go for the side control there, jab straight spam was on it with that denial. And now jab straight spam on top with a dangerous Retro Rocky, probably trying to go to that guard position where Tony Ferguson is strong off of the bat. But right now, jab straight spam is in control of this match.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta remember he was just rocked right before that with a front kick to the face. I mean, then he slips another front kick and got that takedown. That might even have been a double kick that Retro didn't mean to throw. But there, we talked about the ground game of Retro. You mentioned that you said he was deadly. He could take the fight there. And again, jab on his back as Habib. Tony Ferguson, not great on top, but certainly not too bad. And now he's got this stacked guard position again, and he's being patient right here. There's only 20 seconds left in this round. But, I mean, who'd you give this round to, Boxer? It's been so back and forth.
Yep. It's good. Oh, look at this. Retro Rocky. I get a knockout.
Oh, my God.
That maybe played in the eyes of the judges on who won that round at the end. As you saw Retro Rocky being patient there, even though that time was running out. I mean, the last 10 seconds, he's still being patient, just waiting on that opportunity. Maybe who wins this third round is going to be the winner of the fight.
I mean, that second round, man, I don't even know. They both rocked each other. Jab got at least 2 or 3 rocks just by planting and throwing those uppercuts right down the middle. And now Retro Rocky, he's jabbing in and he's moving back. He's flowing in and out. This is much better using that deep kick from range. This is much better than him just marching forward like he did earlier on in this fight. And look at him landing a 2-punch combo and getting out. Jab is not able to just stand and plant and land this uppercut like he was catching him with earlier, but this is really early in this round, so we'll see.
Oh,
the adjustments come out
there by Retro Rocky.
And that
he has to wait because the stamina.
That is the time he did stay in there and trade after that 1-2, but only because he'd thrown a 1-2, a 1-2, 2-punch combination, 2-punch combination, stepped in, threw a 2-punch, and then immediately threw another 2-punch combination, and Jab got used to the pattern of there only being 2 shots, mixed up, went straight for 4, and beautiful.
Down there. Uh-oh, now you got to think Jab is in trouble because this is where Retro Rocky is comfortable. He did a great job of landing a huge hook right when Jab straight spam was swaying his head, and Jab did a great job from getting up from a dangerous Retro Rocky. Surprised there that he missed that transition.
Wouldn't be surprised.
The transition block, I should say.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jab try and hit another takedown right here, but he's only really shot them once he's rocked his opponent right here, and he's trying his best on the feet, but that block is getting low. His head health is so low right now. A straight followed by another punch could be enough to end this fight, but he lands the uppercut because he's still walking forward, tapping this jab, and that's perfect for Jab straight to time that rear uppercut. He's done it so many times in this fight, and he's still got caught doing it right there, Boxer.
Yeah, look at that. Both of these guys, as soon as they throw a combination, they're in immediate danger because their stamina is so low. But yeah, he's still walking right into a combination of all of that power that Habib has. And now he's on top. And Retro Rocky is so dangerous on the ground. I would never want to come here. And now he is in the guard right now of Tony Ferguson, who has a lot of skills. And he has this rubber guard. Let's see what Retro Rocky does here, going for that reversal. Gets it. Now Retro Rocky's on top.
So patient
Last minute
as well when he's on the ground.
Yeah, nice
offensively
patience.
and defensively.
What are we seeing here, Balin? The Kimura attempt by Retro Rocky. Is he really trying to go for it, or was this just for the point?
I mean,
for the judges?
it's a four-way.
To the third stage.
It's a four-way escape being pushed by Jab, which maybe isn't the best idea. Maybe focus on three instead. He's going to go up and down on the outside here.
Oh, he is going for it. Maybe that scored well in the eyes of the judges. I do not know
that second
who
round was close.
won in this fight. I have no idea. Not going to try to be judged here.
Oh,
man, what a fight. These guys left it all in the octagon. Round one. Who would you get at to?
I mean, there's so much to talk about. Baby. So, I mean, you can't forget straight away in round one, Jab straight did get that rear uppercut, that rock, and he powered through on that double leg straight down the pipe. You can see it here on the replay right now. These little shots to the body, this forward pressure was coming out, but there was the rear uppercut, lead hook, bam, big takedown right there, and then he got that beautifully. I mean, that was round one. Round two, obviously, we saw some of the replays from that as well. I mean, probably Retro.
Here comes the decision.
Could be Jab, though.
Oh!
Too much damage, too much volume.
Rocky. Wow, what a huge fight. I couldn't ask for nothing better. I mean, I can't wait to go back and just watch that fight myself. An amazing win there from Retro Rocky. This is his first win in the ESFL. I know he's excited and he's pumped getting wins on the ESFL. You're in the top leaderboards on rank, and Jab straight spam. What can you say about that performance? I mean, he literally almost came in here and knocked off one of the best guys in the world, gave him every single thing that he could imagine, taking it the distance, hitting tons of rocks. That fight could have just went either way, but I think Retro Rocky sealed the deal at the end with the knockdown, with that submission attempt that went deep into the stages. But I would love to see that fight again. Man, that was an amazing fight.
I mean, I'd like to see it again, just not from a commentary perspective, because sometimes you just can't score them when you commentate, because you're just calling it as you see it. You don't remember what's happening. But there were some great moments. We'll take a look back at some of the third round. We saw some of the highlights already. I believe this was Retro Rocky just putting on the forward pressure right here, stepping in with the jabs, which kind of played to his detriment a little. He did do a great job whipping off that lead, but here we go. Here's a little slip that misses. There's the slip on the front kick, and there's the little single leg that comes out right there. So Jab did do a good job getting those takedowns, but a lot of them were defensively. I mean, he did take rocks to get some of these, and as soon as it hit the mat, it wasn't long before Retro Rocky retook position. You'll see this little sweep. Doesn't get it off there, but really easy to regain guard, and Retro did a great job playing that. As soon as he got full guard, he almost always went back to that rubber guard, and here you see it right here towards the end of the fight. Big overhand lead uppercut. Jab did a good job planting and throwing, which is what you need to do with the opponent coming forward. And there's these jabs tapping in with these jabs, big right hook, and then rear uppercut, lead left. back down, caught jab moving out. So it was a lot of variety coming out from Retro as well. Showed good dominance on top from his back and in the stand-up as well. Just sometimes he got a bit carried away, was stepping forward with that forward pressure a little too much. And you know, some fighters fight certain ways. Jab did a good job of planting as the fighter with the more power. Plant your feet, swing as your opponent's coming in with the straight first, and then your uppercuts, anything to use that stopping power. So he did get caught a couple of times there, but that's why Tony Ferguson has that chin. Boy, you can take them shots and keep it coming.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, man, I think you said it, man. That was a fight where it could have went either way to me. And yeah, Retro he kept walking into that combination of jab, straight, spam, and he was paying for it. But you know, like we predicted, you know, 74 in the world, I knew he was gonna settle down, change his game plan, and then actually ended up getting the win at the end, winning that fight on the second half. You know, great job from Retro Rocky. You see how the best guys in the world do it. Whenever it comes to having adversity, changing your game plan, implementing something else, coming out with the win in the decision. So yeah, that was a great fight. I can't wait to see both of those guys back in the octagon. Congrats, Retro Rocky, first win.
Yeah, and speaking of great fights, the next one is going to be straight fireworks because we got Swiss Liebbachs and he's taking on Red Sea Dog, and these guys are ready. So straight into the next one here, Boxer.
All right, so I guess we will skip over Brian Triangle City and we're going straight to Swiss Liebbachs versus Red Sea Dog.
Yeah,
and do we have that?
Looks like the same matchup again. I'm not gonna lie. If you check the notifications, it should be in there for you as well, right at the bottom there. But yeah, It's going to be the same matchup because we're going to have Habib and Tony Ferguson again. But it's a great fight, really, because you can, you know, there's a lot of ways this fight can go, and there's a lot of counters that each fighter has, and we saw that a lot. So yeah, we'll see how they use them. I mean, it completely depends on the fighter's game plan sometimes as well. So I'm interested to see. But what can you tell us about these fighters, Boxer?
Yeah. So here's the thing, man. This fight got matched up. These guys both lost in ESFL 51, and these are high caliber guys. Man. This is Swiss Liebbachs we're talking about. He lost against Top Man Stan, and then we got Red Sea Dog ended up losing against Professor Sliv. So these guys are getting matched up here. Both of these guys 0-1 coming into this event for this season. And Swiss Liebbachs is number 8 in the world. Red Sea Dog is number 47 in the world in ranked championship. So here these guys are ready to go. They don't want to go 0-2, and they're touching them up already into the fight.
Yeah, and Swiss, classically, coming straight forward right at Red Sea Dog here, who's already doing a good job patiently planting, not just firing off these shots. The opponent coming in just took a whole half second to stand there, but look at that head health already getting the worst of those exchanges. Got to be careful. These two are going straight fireworks right here. 1-2s, pull counters, 2 1-2s coming out here, and that lead hook from Tony Ferguson that we saw play so well in the last fight. But a little catch from these lead hooks again. Oh, double uppercuts.
Yeah, look at that.
Bam.
Oh, Retro. I'm sorry, not Retro. I meant
too excited from the last one.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then in that first second, you can get that spear takedown. And what you see these guys fighting in very close, because it was a lot of back and forth in the chatter going on in the chat between these guys. This is a grudge match, and these guys necessarily don't like each other in the octagon. And as you can see, it's kind of playing out. Yeah, it's a lot of aggressive movements here, a lot of areas where you can take advantage. And these guys are just transitioning. They're not resting at all. This is fireworks early.
Yeah, no one wants to take a step back right there. We had Swiss coming straight forward and then Red Sea coming at him, and Swiss almost just took a step back there, waited, and we saw the double uppercuts coming out for the Rock, which is a great job right here. But he's done such a good job now maintaining that top position. Almost gave it up, but now into the mount, back down, bumped into half guard, and he can take his time and land these short shots. There's no rush This top pressure is going to do good. He's got 2 minutes to work the rest of this round, but there's a little back sit out. Red Sea get in this position again to see if he can get the full guard sweep. No, not this time. Roll straight back in, 2 hands on 1. Good job retaining top position right here from Swiss. He's going to hit that stack guard.
Swiss has to be careful here because Tony Ferguson has some very dangerous submissions off of his back, and he knows that. And one thing that you got to realize, remember, Swiss used to just always stand up. And one thing that I've seen Swiss do lately, he's starting to implement some of that ground game and becoming like a well-rounded mixed martial artist in this game. And so now you're seeing Swiss Lebix not just stand up and throw everything at you in the kitchen sink. Look at him.
This is a good job from the top.
Sea Dog on the ground right now.
Yeah, we saw how good Retro was, how well Retro was able to control from the back. The Khabib was on top of him in the last fight. You know, Red Sea Dog has the stats, he has the ability to do that. It just shows you how much further ahead Swiss is in his ground game and that he's able to control this top position. I mean, it's not like he's at a disadvantage statistically. We saw Retro make mincemeat, you know, when Jab was on top. Not mincemeat, I'm trying to be a bit harsh right there, but he was able to dictate the pace, dominate the fight from the grappling exchanges, and that's been completely opposite this time with Swiss and this Khabib matchup. This pick here has been well for him, and you know what? He is a striker, like you said, traditionally. Maybe he feels like he can outstrike anyone, so why not take Khabib? And it shows right there in that first round.
Yeah, what I've seen now, Swiss is actually playing a very smart game. He got the rock and the stand-up, he got the advantage on the feet, took it to the ground, and then just got the control and just ended the round off like that. So you can put that first round in the bag for a win for Swiss. And then now all of the pressure here is on Red Sea Dog. These guys coming out, touching gloves. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that.
Speak of that.
Knockdown there. Red Sea Dog taking the control back. You got to think out of nowhere. Look at this.
He needed that, I tell you. Beautiful
with Tony Ferguson.
Man,
very impressed.
That rear uppercut came right down the pipe. It's all this planting with uppercuts. This is what's happening today, apparently, but especially in these matchups. And oh my God, they're winging so close to each other here. Just bouncing off each other's chins. Beautiful lead hook straight. Another lead hook. Rear uppercut misses.
Another knockdown.
Man, and the block is so low. Red Sea has to get out of here. Not much head movement. You know, just weathering it all on that block, that pull counter into these uppercuts. But good job slipping, tries to land a straight of his own. Now he's pressuring forward. He's got to be careful those uppercuts in, but he did a great job slipping the return strike right there. Pull counter, lead hook into the straight as well, and Red Sea still stepping through that 1-2. You know that uppercut's coming from Swiss. He's doing a dangerous job trying to hit the body right here because there's just uppercuts flying left and right, boxer.
Wow. These are like two trains colliding. I've faced both of these guys, and they have some amazing pressure that they can apply. And you're seeing both of that just collide right now. And big knockdown there for Swiss Lebix. And now look at him on top. And let's see if he can control this position for the remainder of the round, perhaps. He has a little ways to go, but he has a couple of knockdowns, and now he's on top control.
Yeah, and you know, Red Sea was doing a great job right there, denying a couple of those transitions, stopped that posture up from half guard. But now Swiss did finally get that little slice pass through into side control, doing a nice little job maintaining right here, and he's gonna sit and grab that crucifix position. This is bad for Red Sea. His head health is low because of all those exchanges off that beautiful drop with that right hand, and it's only gonna take a couple of these elbows from crucifix. Red Sea's gotta find a way out, gotta rock, gotta roll. I don't think he's gonna get it, Bucks.
Big trouble here. Let's see. No, these are going to be some easy transition denials from here on out. And he has a minute and 40 left. Now, let's see if Swiss is going to go. Is he just going to elbow him out, or is he going to go for the submission here? And he needs to get the submission because he'll give up position if Ferguson gets out. Oh, well, maybe not. He still kept the position, but now he's out.
Yeah, it was a good job trying to hit that Americana. Why not go for it? Having a tough time finishing. I mean, everybody's hard to finish on the ground at this level. Red Sea just surviving, but look how low it... Oh,
look at this. Red Sea is in full mount. He was just with no stamina in crucifix. You got to have a lot of skill to end up there. Red Sea is like, no, stand up. And he does not want any parts of Khabib Nurmagomedov. But look, he doesn't want any parts of him on the ground. That's like, what's up? And ends up going and gets the huge knockout against a very dangerous Red Sea Dog.
Yes.
Swiss LeBix is
Swiss looking
back.
good, man.
1-1 for Swiss LeBix. Red Sea Dog falls 0-2. Wow.
I mean, a great fight, first of all, but I would like to see how Swiss's Khabib's top game would have played out against someone like Retro Rocky off his back, because he did get a lot of damage, especially towards the end of that fight, from that top position, and a lot of pressure and a lot of denies. Controlled the fight from there, and you know, we'll see how that plays out. But what a great matchup. I mean, both fighters going backwards and forwards, like he said, some bad blood in this one for sure. Neither one wanted to take a step back, and there was a whole sequence right there halfway through that second round. I've got some footage. We'll take a look at the replay in a second. They were just letting it fly box. They were both slipping, rolling, pull countering into uppercuts. It was just absolute chaos. But man, good job by Swiss in the end, getting that W.
Yeah. I mean, that fight could have went either way. Both of those guys got rocked, got knocked down. And, you know, this is the second fight in a row that we've seen between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson. And this is a very exciting matchup, especially when you got guys that know what they're doing on both ends. Great job by Swiss LeBix beating a very dangerous Red Sea Dog. Both of these guys, some of the best in the world, top 100. Red Sea Dog, I already know he's going to come back with a vengeance. 0-2. I expect him to come back and sweeten up that record. So, you know, the guys down at the bottom tier are going to have to watch out, because Red Sea Dog is going to be mad. You know, but he's fought very, very tough, high-level guys. So anytime you step in the ESFL, we want you to have a very tough matchup, because, you know, this is a pro fighting league, and yeah, you should fight a professional. And that's so even though he has 0-2 record, he's still one of the best in the world.
For sure. Yeah.
But tonight is that night of Swiss LeBix, number 8 in the world, and he showed wow, great job.
Yeah, we don't pad records here at the ESFL, do we? But yeah, I mean, we'll take a quick look at just one quick clip here I want to show you. This is after the chaos. This is really the beginning of the end right here, when that final takedown was secured. It was just a massive flurry backwards and forwards. Really good work with the lead hook right here. That just led to this double uppercuts again, getting blocked nicely. Swiss straight lead hook, it rocks him again right there. There's the big right hand that dropped him and just follows him to the ground. And from here, the fight was already over. 3 minutes left in the second round. That's pretty much the last time that any fight was really put up by Red Sea right there. He tried his best from the bottom, did a good job denying a couple of these, but just that final little clip right there of that big right hand landing, back to the point where the stammers were fairly even, but Swiss had just done a great job just competing on the feet, and that power is something to not joke around with. We've seen it time and time again today. If you plant your feet and throw those uppercuts or that lead hook, you're gonna rock somebody, so I think just a bit more gauge on this forward pressure. There was so much emphasis on forward pressure being the way to win. There are obviously a couple of fighters in the ESFL that played against that, sometimes preferring to fight off the back foot, but just constant forward pressure. A lot of fighters fought like that, but walking into those big shots and people applying the feet, that does a lot of damage, and it's good to see that's paying off for a lot of fighters today. But here we go, we have another great matchup right here, fight number 10 of this evening. This one is going to be at middleweight, which we haven't had for a while tonight, but it's Aaron taking on Scorden. And Boxer, I know you can tell us about this matchup.
Yeah, well, so this is a debut fight here for Scorden. He has his hands full against the most dangerous Aaron 21, who's number 5 in the world right now in ranked championships. So George GSP versus Luke Rockhold, both of these guys are great on the ground. GSP definitely is loaded with perks on the ground here. So let's see if Scorden probably has one of the toughest fights that you can actually have coming into the ESFL, as a debut fight. I haven't seen him fight, and so let's see what happens. This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it's either going to
name for him.
Gonna go the way that we all think it's probably gonna go, or he's gonna shock some people. But Rockhold is really good off his back and on top. He's got a great top game, but definitely better than off his back, but the jiu-jitsu is there as well as the reversals, man. So we'll see how it plays out. If he does get put on the back, we'll see. We don't see a lot of Rockhold fighters. It tends to be that those long limbs, although you get that reach advantage, just the recovery time, the recovery frames are just so much longer. Even though you have these big long kicks, it's really easy. You know, if you decide to kick, someone can just step straight through and blast you with that 1-2 before it even connects. So that kind of tends to be the problem with Rockhold. That's why we don't see him a lot, despite having really good stats.
Yeah.
It's just he's just a little slower than everyone else, and the recovery time and all these strikes just seems to be that little bit longer. It's why, you know, John Jones is quite difficult to use, because although he's long and you have all these techniques, apart from the ground game, just stand-up wise, the recovery frames are just that little bit longer. So you have to be so careful and selective with your shot selection. You throw one wrong kick at the wrong time and you can just get tagged.
Yeah, with Luke Rockhold, you know, I agree with you. We don't see him a lot. So, you know, he has this El Guapo level 3 perk. And so that's when he's going to decrease the opponent's body attribute by -3 for all roundhouse kicks to the body. So I want to utilize those, but you have to watch out for his chin strength, because it's only at 87. These guys coming out showing sign of respect for each other. And let's get right to it. Let's see what Scroll has against one of the best guys in the world. Aaron, 21, coming out.
He needs to not move forward into him when they're that close. There's no need to move forward right there. He's planting and throwing that jab to the body, but he's literally walking forward whilst nose to nose, throwing these bombs. And Aaron's doing a good job just keeping this forward pressure, just pumping that jab out there. 1-1-2. Nice knee to the body. Needs more of that. But you see he barely got his guard up in time to stop those short shots coming in. And he needs to try and find some distance, see if he can create it. That left hook, and Aaron getting a little liberal right there, just planting and letting it go because he knows he's right and tight. And look at Rockhold already. The health damage, the block's already coming out. He has to create that space. Circle off, throw some kicks as you're moving out. Don't just plant and stand here right now. He's catching that lead hook again. Yeah. There's a lot of forward pressure right here, Bucks.
Yeah, a lot of forward pressure here by Aaron. And right now, Scroden's doing a good job just hanging in there. He has the stamina advantage, actually. So let's see if he can keep that. And let's see if he can. Oh, but he's getting lit up right there. And we see him against the cage. He going for the double under. But here's that body lock. And GSP on top. You may think that this might be the beginning of the end here. For Scroden. Let's see what he has in terms of defense off his back.
It is entirely possible, like you said. I mean, he does have a chance. Rocco definitely got some jitsu on him. Does a good job recovering full guard here. Let's see what he can do with it. Got some sweeps from this position, but yeah, GSP on top of you is never fun. Now that stack guard's coming, it's a nice defensive position, but yeah, straight wise transition right back into that half guard, and all that guard recovery time that he took those elbows for now means nothing as he tries to sit, but beautiful slice. Gets the butterfly sweep, regains guard again here. Let's see if he can do something with it this time. He goes to the cage. This is where he got taken down from last time and now has a stamina disadvantage. But a break right here, Bugs.
Wow, very impressed here by Scroden, able to get back to his feet against one of the best guys in the world. So, I mean, this is some high-level stuff just to get back to your feet. So let's see what he's going to do on the stand-up with Luke Rockhold. Maybe he can throw some of those kicks and hurt the body of GSP.
He's just standing still when he shouldn't really be standing still, it feels like to me, and he's not moving when he should be moving, you know. But Aaron's doing a good job staying composed in front of him. His block is going down, you know. Gordon is landing a little bit, even if it's off that block, but Aaron's just mixing up these elevations on these attacks really well. And everything that Scroden's landing is getting blocked right here, and he's taking some huge damage to his head as well as his block. Aaron just content to stand right in the pocket and trade because that's where he wants to be. So Gordon's got to do more of that. There's a nice little pivot lunge. But again, it's these jabs, these rear uppercuts that are just not getting through.
Yeah, going for the takedown here, and it gets denied. But, man, just to make it out of the first round, ESFL debut against #5 fighter in the world. I mean, that's a great job. But, yeah, I'll definitely get that first round to Aaron. He was able to get a rock. He's going switching levels, going high and then going low, and was able to get the rock on Luke Rockhold. You got to be careful with Luke Rockhold because we talked about his chin. His chin is very low, only at an 87. So it could be a downhill with this Rockhold pick.
Yeah,
I want to see Strowman really implement his game plan. You know, what he was going to do using his Luke Rockhold pick in the second round after going through some adversity. Maybe he'll start opening up his game at this point.
Just want to show quick there on the highlights. I mean, there's a real problem. Scroden's here just trying to land these big shots, and everything he's throwing is getting interrupted by Aaron. Everything's a big swinging motion. Everything's either coming forward or backwards. These big hooks are just getting caught, and there he gets caught again trying to throw the big shot. And again, just these short shots from Aaron, these jabs, these 1-2s, these 1-1-2s. You know, Gordon needs to create some space for his kicks or just throw some straights. Throw some straights to the body. Get that lead hook in, just one shots or two, not these big swinging things that end in these big rear hand uppercuts and big rear hand hooks are just too slow, and the vulnerability window is just too high, Boxer. There's a nice little kick.
Oh, there it is. He landed one body kick there, and that's what he wants to use, that El Guapo. Don't see it that often, but it's now starting to work the body, but you got to watch out, because it might be picked off with an uppercut there, right on cue from Aaron. And then Luke Rockhold's in trouble. Could have ended his opponent right there, decided not to.
I don't think he has anything to prove. I mean, I would like to see Gordon, you know, maybe next time, I don't know if he's going to survive this, throw that straight and then get that body kick in there, you know, create some avenues for your kicks, because if you're playing Luke Rockhold, that's where all your strength lies, really, is in those kicks, and trying to just swing and throw boxing combinations against a shorter, faster opponent's not really going to work. But there's a little double leg takedown. Beautiful. This top position.
Takedown there.
Nice little
Let's see what he's going to do with it. He has Luke Rockhold, so this is where Luke Rockhold is strong. On the ground. But Aaron, back up already, because you got GSP, who's also very strong on the ground.
Oh, trying to set him up there for that turning side kick to the head. Beautiful little work, and Aaron's doing a real good job of managing his distance, man. Every shot he throws, if it's not blocked, it would do some damage, and just at the right range all the time right here. Really doing a good job mixing everything up. And it's hard, man. The Rockhold is not an easy person to play, but he does get another little cheeky double leg, and I think Aaron's just not expecting that.
Yeah, another takedown here. And this is very impressive. Already past the guard of Aaron and working here in half guard. I mean, this is very impressive. He has to be careful. See where he goes from here.
Patience from Aaron on the bottom is just shown right now. I mean, he's barely trying to strike back or do anything other than just wait for Gordon to take that first move and get some denies off. And there, easy, nice little full guard back to the get up there, and a nice lead switch kick to the body straight back on this pressure. And it's just so hard for Gordon to create any space right here. There's a big roundhouse again. Trying to shoot that single as your opponent's coming forward is not really going to work very often.
Yeah, didn't get the takedown there, and that definitely cost him some stamina. But wow, what can you say? Making it to the second round, even though we got to give both of the rounds there to Aaron. He definitely has taken both of these rounds, is in control. But just to survive both of these rounds, doing a great job here against a very dangerous GSP.
I mean, he's blasting that double leg right down the pipe, which was, you know, good timing. I mean, Aaron's hands were just down, walking forward, looking to close that distance. I mean, that is when you're going to land a double leg, when your opponent's taking that step forward. So that was good job. That was good work. But, you know, if you've got someone just constantly in your face that much, you got to work the body. You got to stop him coming forward. So not that he might find time to, but knees, teeps, anything to create space, because Aaron's just standing right in front of him and just swinging back, and the rear uppercut, left hook, nice little combo.
Yeah, all right, come out and get a huge knockdown here in the third round, and decided again not to take his opponent out. Gets another knockdown.
Gordon doing his best to try and land anything. He's trying to throw these teeps. I think he's listening. Got to set him up a little bit. But again, this is Aaron just planning and being patient, because he kind of knows, he feels like he's got this fight in the bag. Nice little turning side kick to the body. But anything that's setting up kicks off those same side strikes, that straight body kick, always nice. But it's real hard for you to get shots off with Rockhold when someone's pressuring you, because it's just a little slow. It just takes too much time. You kind of have to get respect early and create space at the start of the fight and let your opponent know if they're coming anywhere near you, you know, they're going to eat these big shots. But when you've got someone just charging you down the whole fight, it gets a little difficult to just stop that pressure.
Yeah. And all he can do right now is what he's doing, just trying to stay in the fight, miss the takedown there. Haven't seen that animation so far. Yeah, the fake spear. You know, coming into the second half of the third round. Let's see if Scroden can survive.
I think he will survive, because I don't think Aaron's very interested in finishing this fight right now. He's kind of needlessly toying with Gordon. I mean, he's the number 5 guard in the world, and this is an unranked fighter right now. I'm not surprised it's going like this. I mean, probably should just finish the fight at this point.
Yeah, definitely like to see guys, you know, finish the fight, respect your opponent. And,
I mean, it's one thing to do it in rank, but this is the ESFL. I mean, we kind of get it. If anything, you should be thanking this guy for taking the fight.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Scroden. Yeah, thank him for even taking the fight. It was hard to even find a fight. You know, for Aaron here, and yeah, you know, showing some kind of respect here. Last minute to go. Not sure too much what to say, but yeah, this is a good. We'll definitely see Scroden again. I think he'll probably get better. Fight, you know, some debut fighters.
I mean,
coming up in the next ESFL, and yeah,
it's always nice. It's always nice to see people pick something outside the meta. I mean, the meta is only the meta because it's been established by the majority of players. I mean, that if you are good enough and you have the skills, you know, you can pick any A-class fighter and still compete with people, as long as you know the skill set and you can use their abilities. But just in this case, I mean, maybe we're back with a Luke Rockhold and take on the world, but right now it was just really hard for him to stop that forward pressure, and Classic just speed, just beating him to the punch right there. It's very hard to fight with Luke Rockhold, you know, against most people. You got to try and play a different game almost, and be really aware of where your weaknesses are, and not making those mistakes that lets your opponent, you know, capitalize on the things that you're not going to be able to do, like compete in trades at close range, because you just don't have the speed, and your punches just take longer to get there. So, you know, you got to land short shots, single shots, body shots, plant your feet when you need to plant your feet, and move and circle out and throw those kicks when you can as well. But just unable to do that, and good performance by Aaron. I mean, he completely dominated that fight.
Yeah, complete domination. You know, but you know, those are some of the things that Scroden will learn, you know, as he gets more and more experience with the game. Definitely was a great learning opportunity here. Luke Rockhold, who do I know? He could be one of his favorite fighters, but whenever you come in the ESFL, you probably want to pick some of the more stronger fighters, because whoever you fight, they will be some of the best in the world. That's the straw that he picked, you know, tonight, and we'll see, you know, what the future holds, you know, for both of these guys. But yeah, as we expected, this fight to go out the way it did, and great job by both of those guys, man. Can't wait to see you guys in the future.
Yeah, for sure. I don't have much footage of that one because there was, but I think we're about ready to jump on into the next one as well. Here, how many fights have we got left now, Boxer?
Oh man, I don't think it's only like what is it? 2 more fights left to go. We got 3 more fights. These are the big fights here. This is where it's really time to get excited here. We got an Xbox undefeated showdown here. Both of these guys coming in 1-0. Cody Dank versus Artem. Both of these guys in ESFL 51. They ended up winning their match here. And let me see who it is that they beat. Not sure, but yeah, I'm excited to see this. Sometimes we get an Xbox fight on a PlayStation fight, and for whatever reason, this fight had to go down, and that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah, and it's going to be a great matchup. I mean, Cody Dank, man, he's been a competitor in the ESFL since its first, you know, incarnation, its first iteration way back in February, you know, and he's someone who's constantly evolved and reworked himself to keep up with the changes. I mean, he's had some great wins and he's had some losses against some of the best in the world, but you know, he's still here, he's still competing. I think that's definitely something to say about the guy, you know. In a game where it's very easy to get disheartened by some of those losses, it's good to see people come back and keep competing. You know, like the Priox is one of the best fighters in the world. You know, he's had his losses, and you know, he's always come back as well. And Cody's similar to that. You know, he's had his losses, but he's still here. He's still fighting daily, and he's trying to get better. You know, and he is really one of the best. So right now is season 2, fresh start for Cody Dank. He's 0-0 right now. So you know, we'll see what he brings to the table. We know he's been grinding. You know, he's been working on it. So we'll see what's going on. And Aurum, I believe, is 1-0 right now. So it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah. So small correction. Yeah, this is Cody in season 2 is 0-0, and Artem was the one that beats the Spencer last week. A very dangerous Spencer. So yeah, and I think we're pronouncing his name wrong. Getting some calls from the guys in the back. You guys let me know.
I prefer it my way, you know. Arum. I like Aurum.
Arum. Okay, let's get it right. We like to thank you for that correction, Arum. Beat Suspenza in ESFL 51. So yeah, it's in fighting a very dangerous Cody Dank, and we're waiting on that link to see when it's ready.
That is ready. I believe someone just spelled it incorrectly. The K and the H in Cody Dank around the wrong way. Look at that. It's not Danke. It's not German. It's Dank. Yep. You know.
Okay.
But it should be a good matchup. It's a lightweight right here as well. So McGregor, Poirier, one of my favorite fighters, and it does have advantages over McGregor now as well. You know, used to be that picking up Poirier, you were just basically picking up a McGregor with less power and more stamina, but now the speed is almost, you know, the same. The power's got a bump up there as well. And look at this, these two have fought each other enough times. Cody 11 wins to 3 right here. You've got to have an edge coming into this one.
Yeah, Dustin Poirier is a very talented fighter. He's a counterpuncher, level 2 opportunities. Tap already and laser focus. Yeah. So this guy has a power of 93, striking speed of 93. So yeah, you have to be careful many times that you fight Dustin. Now he does have the power, he does have the speed. Then you know, he has the perks to back it up,
and he has the stamina.
So I'm thinking that this is going to be just a straight stand-up fight with Conor McGregor.
Yeah, for sure, and he has the stamina to keep going. Dustin has great stamina statistics, and he has good health statistics as well. You know, so he'll be in your face, and he can throw 1s and 2s for, you know, 3 rounds non-stop, no discontinuation there, and get that lead hook in there. It's real clean. You know, you can just come at people with Poirier. So we'll see though. You know, obviously Cody taking McGregor here, he's got some big power. His perks are just ridiculous, as we know. We've all played Conor, but Cody's always been a very aggressive fighter, always likes to push forward, always likes to put it on his opponents. So we'll see how he comes out here. This is a season. Let's see if he's a little patient. He has been that as well, and we'll see how Arum handles himself. So here we go, Boxer. Let's go.
All right. Yeah, and like you said, Dustin has some good stamina, 91 versus like he has you know, stamina over Conor McGregor, 88. But yeah, coming out landing a huge front kick there in the body already, and that's huge coming out. So let's see what happens. Take another big front kick there coming out by Arum.
Yeah, he's doing a great job
pushing Cody back to the cage.
Yeah, definitely doing a great job at keeping Cody outside that center octagon. And you know, it's not a case of, you know, wanting to not get backed up himself. Cody has always been someone as well who does fight a little patient to get going. He's not going to charge at you recklessly, and he does like to plant and look for that rear uppercut lead hook, and he just whiffed on it right there. So as this fight goes on, Cody will make these reads, man. He's a very intelligent fighter, can definitely work out what your tendencies are and looks to capitalize on them. He's in no rush to end the fight quickly, you know, or just swarm and overwhelm you with you know, just massive strikes you can't think. And there's a good job landing that liver kick. Tries to find another one in there. Beautiful straight left to the body by Arum right there as well. And nice little backup right here. This is good movement from both fighters, just stepping back out. Arum looking to fire that straight left back into the body right here. So it's good patient work from both fighters. It should be a nice technical matchup.
Yeah, I'm seeing both of these guys move their head a lot, expecting the jab to come out. As you can see, Cody leading with that jab, Aram leading with that jab. They're trying to, move that head and get a counter. So I would like to see one of these guys switch it up, lead with a hook, see if you can catch him swinging into that hook.
Yeah, this straight left is going to be the story of this fight for both fighters as well. They're throwing it to the body, they're throwing it to the head, and this is good. This is good patience from both of them. I mean, they're trying to keep the pace nice and low. Aram definitely is going to have that stamina advantage, but Cody, he does a great job with Connor always on not overthrowing. Very, very rarely does he overthrow. And if he's swinging and missing, it's usually a jab like it is right there. And he uses that jab to step into range, and then he's firing that straight. So this is good stamina management for Cody playing a Connor right here. But man, these body kicks starting to rack up. An all beautiful big left hook to the body right underneath that jab. Nice little return the lead right there from Cody. And again, straight his own little lead hook to the body right there. So both these fighters starting to step a little bit more in that pocket, starting to trade now, Boxer.
Yeah, they are. I'm starting to see some of that stamina advantage kind of go away here for Cody. He had it starting out, but now, he's still back up against that cage, taking body shots. Aram kind of pouring it on, slipping to the left there, and he's doing a great job. Last 30 seconds going into this first round, and this is a tight one here. Not necessarily sure who to give it to. But yeah, both of these fighters, still kind of feeling each other out, and the big straight there, to the gut of Conor McGregor. And this is how you wear on that stamina here. Cody trying to fight back, landed a huge left hook there finally. Who would you get that round to, baby?
I mean, it was super close throughout here. We can take a look on the replay, just the story of this fight. This is a lot of... Oh, hang on. That's the wrong bloody replay. I'm sorry, guys. Well, you know what? Ignore that one. Doesn't matter. But yeah.
It's interesting because it seems like, based upon, what the computer's telling us, seems like Cody won that first round, even though he spent majority of that with his back up against the cage. He must have landed enough significant strikes, as we can see there, to the body, landed a big hook at the end. So maybe that round went to Cody.
Yeah, I mean, those teeps to the body were really nice. I mean, Cody did a good job being patient and just staying patient throughout that first round. Didn't overexert himself, but if you have a little look at the head health towards the end of that round on Aram, I mean, it was getting pretty low right there. He was taking a couple of them straight lefts, and they just start to add up quick, especially when you're fighting Conor McGregor. So real back and forth, real patient. And now we have some volume as well, and there's a big trade right there.
Rock there.
And you can see right there that head health of Aram. That you can starting to see it dip right now if he can't take another round like that. I mean, that's what Cody lands just enough here. He's in no rush. Does enough damage to you in round 1 and in round 2. So by the time in round 3, you're getting pretty easy to finish. But Aram is no means out of it yet. Good slip there. Right enough for that jab. Needs to counter though. Make his way back in. But both fighters do such a good job of just staying on the outside right there. Aram just out of range. That big left hand slips around beautifully for that jab. Lands a straight right down the pipe again. Oh. I have a crash symbol. Give me a second. If you can see it, Boxer, please tell us what's happening.
Pop, and I see Aram just trying to sway that. He has to be careful. Both of these guys being a little predictable. But Cody's still in control here. Only 3 minutes ago, he gets rocked again. Cody with a huge right hand. But here it is. Aram stopping him right in his tracks with a huge right hand of his own. Cody says, bring it on. Let's go.
Yeah.
These guys are just looking for a boxing match. No takedown attempts or nothing. These guys just want to throw leather.
And I'd say that's pretty much every Cody Dank fight in the ESFL, apart from the ones where he did get taken down as well and controlled a little bit on the ground. But yeah, definitely a great job. And it's just the accumulation of damage from Cody. The story of most of his fights here. I mean, Aaron's done a great job trying to ride it down. He's doing a little bit of these pull counters, but look at how he's found himself back against the cage. Oh, you said it. You said it,
First takedown attempt as soon as we said it. Yeah, Cody. And he's going for a takedown attempt. And he didn't get it wisely. Lets off the cage, collects his stamina again, and back to what he knows.
But it's just funny to see Aram spend that whole of that first round teep kicking Cody all the way back, and now Cody in this second round really now turning the pressure on. And this is where those teep kicks, as I just said, would really help him out. And they're creating some space right here. Got to reset, but it's what we talked about earlier on tonight. If you've got less stamina than your opponent, you can't trade speed for speed, power for power. You've got to find ways around. He tried to slip right there. He's the big left hander. 2 nice hooks to the body by Cody. He's going to follow up with that straight. That 1-2's coming in tight. That block is going low, but beautiful job surviving, and hits the knee to the body on the way out.
Yeah, that was a very nice duck there. Ducked the hook of Cody and helped him survive this second round, because without that, Cody was pouring on that pressure. But just because of that one sway, ended up, you know, reducing that stamina where he couldn't finish the fight. Last 8 seconds here. Let's see what happens. Still going for those head kicks. And 2 fights down, two rounds down. I have to give, yeah, that round to Cody too. Seems like he's ahead in the fight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was some good trades so far, back and forth. But yeah, Cody is just really starting to turn up the pressure right now. And you know, that's generally how it goes. It's the accumulation of damage. He's never in any rush to get these fights over and done with. And like I said, he'll do enough damage in round 1 to do enough damage in round 2 to finish you in round 3. And that's what he's going to be looking for right now. And Aram, he's doing a good job fighting off his back right here, but just whiffing with that jab lead hook. And he doesn't really need to be stepping in with these jabs. He needs to find these counter opportunities. He's still trying to push forward and jab like this right now with the 1-2s. I know you want to keep some offense going, because that's always a good form of defense, but when you're charging down, as Conor McGregor's got more stamina than you, you're probably going to either miss or get countered on, and that's what we're seeing right now. So there's a head. Teep not going to land, trying to slip just too late. That block's so low, box. This could be the beginning of the end.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Dustin, you know, when you're fighting a Conor McGregor, you're just doing a stand-up battle. He may have you know, the advantage just because he has so much power. And just like that, oh, look, Cody goes for the takedown here. Has to be careful here, because if Dustin gets a submission, he does have that perk. But look at this. Is Cody the one with Conor McGregor?
Season 2, baby, wants a submission on his record.
Yeah. Maybe changing it up. Yeah, he's going for a submission here against Dustin Poirier. And let's see if he gets back to his feet. He's back to his feet. And maybe Dustin is very hurt right now. Cody moving his head, throwing that straight out. But look at this.
He's coming forward right there.
And another spear takedown by Conor McGregor.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, this is bad. Oh my goodness, we're gonna see this right here.
This is what I said.
Pushing the 3-way escape.
Look, he's moving slow.
Oh my goodness. He's trying to get the far side right out. The bomb's in there. Oh my god.
Already. Oh, going into stage 4. Can he pull
Aaron's
it
gonna
off?
finish it. You can tap him. I can't believe this. Oh my god.
Oh my, that was so close. Look at the head health.
Cody's
like, all right, get up. Let me get up. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
You got to remember, yeah, Dustin Poirier has that tap already. Perk, I'm surprised he did not get that submission. It was so close. That's why you always stay in a fight, because you never know what can happen. That was very exciting. Getting into that. Then he gets another rock there. Huge knee.
Aram's
and he
still
come
fighting.
back. Man, he's still fighting. I think it's a day late, $1 short. I don't think the judges are going to award him the match just because of winning this round. But you never know. Last 20 seconds of the fight. Man, what do you think about that close submission, baby?
I mean, props to Aaron for staying in this fight, trying to fight and playing to the strength of Dustin Poirier. It was a beautiful sweep from side control back into top position. And to be fair, you know, Cody didn't need to take that fight to the ground. I mean, he hadn't shown any part of his game plan really doing that. I don't know if it was because he wanted to just showcase some of his ground game he's been working on, or it was a safe way to just make sure he gets the fight, gets the win. He was trading a little bit on the feet, but you know, there were some examples there, especially towards the end of the second and in that third round with it right here. So they're both throwing uppercuts right here, and this is exactly what you do not want to do when you have less stamina than your opponent. You don't want to plant and go shot for shot, and they both threw an uppercut, and guess who got their uppercut in there first? Not only the opponent with the better speed, but also the one with the more stamina. So,
wow, that was real interesting, because we were just talking about the strength of Cody. Let's see who's going to win this fight. I think it's going to be Conor McGregor and Cody.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what we did. But man, that was real close because, like we were talking about, the strength of Cody is on the stand up, right? And it seems like he changes it up and was like, yeah, I'm gonna show you guys, like, yeah, I got the ground game. Got down there, got in trouble, and then immediately was like, I'm good. Let me get right back up. But yeah, great job by Aram to almost pull off that submission. I know he's like, oh my goodness, you got so lucky that I didn't get that submission. I really thought he had that one in the bag, and that would have been the comeback of the season.
I mean,
probably, but tonight, yeah, Cody was able to get it.
The sub defense on Conor McGregor it's not very high. It's got to be one of his weaker stats, I'm sure. So even more so when you play in Conor, like, yeah, you can sub Conor. It's a thing that happens. Like, go for it.
Submission defense 86, Balin, for Conor McGregor.
Oh my god. I did have a replay queued up here I wanted to show you, but it's accidentally gone and told me to play all the replays, which we do not want to see.
Yeah.
So we'll probably skip
the submission offense for Dustin is a 92. So that was a very dangerous position to get in. And with Dustin also having the submission perk tap already, that was a very, very dangerous place for Cody to be in. But that was an exciting fight.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, just because of that one submission, man, that was great.
And let's have a quick look at just some of the stand-up action here, so we can just talk you through some of the advice. So we saw a lot of these pull counters just failing a bit short, and this is where the stamina game really started to change. Big left hand to the head right there. Great job making a read on that head movement. Nice little slip under the lead hook right there. And Aram returned right here. And that could have been the end of the fight. Good defensive work by Aram because he did stay in that fight the whole way through. But yeah, you could just see that the Cody was just patient and just turned it up, poured it on over and over again. Wouldn't relent with that pace. And he started slow as he normally does, you know, but he's just trying to get the reads, just trying to find the openings and turn it up. And right here we see this rock into this double leg. This should be the submission attempt, or this is maybe I've missed the sub attempt. I feel like, no, there we go. There was the rock off the uppercut into that double leg. And beautiful job right here. Denies the transition to mount, rolls him straight over, takes his own top side control position here and goes right here for this inverted triangle. And look at this submission. I mean, I was squeaking. I couldn't help myself. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately didn't do enough to win, but I'm sure Air will be back. Props again to picking up someone outside the meta. Dustin Poirier, definitely a fighter that can compete, especially because it does have X factors in his game, like his submission offense, which is pretty good compared to some other fighters, and can exploit weaknesses and counter pick. I mean, to a certain extent, able to trade and stand in there with Conor. Cody, just a very skilled striker, very, very good shot selection, and so good. I think that's one of the biggest factors that is often overlooked or understated in Cody's game. His stamina management is always fantastic. Rarely do you see him gas out when competing in the Esfl, unless obviously he's being, you know, grappled. We've seen that in the past, but hopefully he's worked on that area of his game a little bit. But his stamina management, especially with someone like Conor McGregor, is very good.
Yep. Man, that was great. I always love these Xbox exclusive fights on the PlayStation cards. Kind of, you know, breaks up you know, the fighters that we're used to seeing on the PlayStation side, and yeah, and vice versa. We probably have a PlayStation fight on the Xbox card coming up next week. But now this is very exciting. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. I really like when things culminate where we're at right now, when you have the #1 ranked guy in the world versus the #2 ranked guy in the world, and then they meet in the ESFL in the co-main event. Like, I mean, yeah, it gets no better than that. We talking about Papa Doc versus Professor Sliv, and both of these guys are playing absolutely amazing right now. Professor Sliv #1 and #2 in the world. Papa Doc #1 in the world. Papa Doc coming up off of a loss, you know, against a very, very dangerous Avita X, and you know, he wants to show and prove that he's still the best in the world. So as for a very, very tough fight, Professor Sliv on the rise, trying to get right back into that title fight. A win here from both of these guys will put anybody right back into that title picture, probably for a #1 contender match. So definitely excited about the outcome of this.
Yeah, and we'll see if either of them, you know, if they get that matchup, if they'll actually be able to beat the champion, because, I mean, we have an absolutely phenomenally, you know, invincible looking champion right now. So they've got to contend with each other, but even if they get there, we'll see how that plays out. But the mirror match is coming out. We've seen this a lot. Certainly the height of the meta almost, and you don't really see Souza except amongst the very, very, very top players. You know, the real top 5. Yeah. That's when we see Jacare. And outside of that, we see GSPs, we see sometimes Costa. There's a couple of different people you know we pick up at middleweight, but when it's the end of the day, number 1, number 2 in the world, they're both taking Jacare. Big power, fairly decent speed, footwork not great, but it's not too much of a factor. And then the ground game just phenomenal. So you can really contend anywhere. You don't have to worry about the fight going anywhere. And we'll see how this plays out, man. I mean, this is going to be straight fireworks.
Yeah, when you see this mirror match, I like it even better because you got the best guys in the world, and both guys, you know, are using the same fighter. So you're really going to see who's the actual better player, and that's what I'm excited about. Against they're using Jacare Souza, one of my favorite guys in the middleweight division, because he has sufficient stand-up, a lot of power. But when you go to the ground, that's what I'm hoping to see this fight go to, because it's very tricky on the ground. If you make one mistake, get a transition block, and now you have low stamina. Jacare has a 99 submission offense, all right? And you cannot play around. And he has level 4 perks, escape artist and nightmare. So you're going to get a +4 for any submission from the top position. So you can't make a mistake on the ground. And so let's see what happens here. Papa Doc in the red glove, Professor Sliv in the blue glove. Co-main event of the evening. Top guys in the world throwing down in the center of the octagon. Let's go.
Yeah, great job with this double jab. Right now, pressure from both fighters. Papa Doc using it good to gauge the distance, being a little bit more careful right here, but leaving the head right open, front kick right down the middle. There's the pull counter, waiting on that right now. That slow return on that straight's not enough, and Sliv just slipping in right there. Nice little lead hook to the body, came back round with it. Gonna have to be careful if he keeps going, changing those levels, because that uppercut's coming. He faked it right there. He's looking for a big left hook, straight right. Nice work, and Sliv in and out right here. Footwork is so great on the outside. Papa Doc is just waiting, but that's what he's waiting for. That's what he's waiting for, boxer.
Papa Doc is a master at getting that ankle pick. And what I was looking at, he was taking some straights to the body, and it already was wearing on that stamina. Now, here's where you have to be very careful, because Jacare has great submissions from the top and the bottom. And it seems like these guys, oh, look at this. Papa Doc gets a transition block, and he maintains on that top position, baby.
Yeah, that's going to be a real problem if Sliv can't get up right now. I mean, he's got a lot of ways to find better positions than this, but he tried to roll under right there. Papa Doc going to take his time right now and punish every single mistake that he makes right here. Sliv's going to have to find a nice creative way back to his feet. Not the best position to be in. Yeah,
that's a very hard transition to deny.
Oh, man.
And Papa Doc able to deny it. It's a hard transition to deny when your opponent is going, for that rear neck choke, but Papa Doc going for the suplex right there.
Yeah, beautiful.
He gets it and still maintaining that top position, man. We're seeing some very high-level transition denials, transition fakes. Papa Doc lands some huge elbows. Let's see how Professor Sliv gets back up to his feet.
Yeah, Sliv got to do something. I mean, I think it's almost wise for him to go for this over-under. He's taking some real damage on the ground. At least here he can contend. He can find himself in a 50-50 position, but he can't be a step behind. He's got to formulate his own game plan to stay ahead of what Papa Doc's going to be doing in the clinch. Because if he's trying to, respond to Doc, he's going to be that step behind. It's going to be a real problem. So he has to be aggressive. He has to do damage. He has to find ways to create stuff and make Papa Doc go on the defensive, even slightly, just to try and prevent whatever Sliv's trying to do in there. He started to mix up his own transitions, his own little fakes there, and that's what ultimately led him to get himself out of that clinch. But yeah, tried to shoot that ankle pick, and this time he stops it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just at awe because we're seeing number 1 versus number 2. Like, these are the best guys in the world for PlayStation right now, and I'm seeing just some high-level fakes, transition blocks, and look at that first rocket of Eden at Papa Doc. and he's saved by the bell. Papa Doc coming off strong at the end of that first round, Balin. These guys, man, gave each other all they could handle. Wow.
I mean, yeah, totally. Right towards the end there, you can see the strikes just turning up. We can watch the little replay right here just for the last 20 seconds of this round. Some nice fakes coming outside. A good job stepping through with that big right hook was Sliv. But here we go. Papa Doc coming back. 1-2. Tries to shoot that single. This gets stuffed right here, but he comes right him anyway. 1-2. There's the lead uppercut. Didn't expect the three-punch combination after firing so many twos. And there's a big head kick right at the end. Could have done some damage there, but I mean, great first round. Back and forth, but... you know, Papa Doc, definitely some great groundwork. Like you said, Boxer, held that top position and did a lot of damage, man. I mean, if you look at Sliv's health right now, it is not looking good. It was less than half at the end of that round. Got to recover a little, but I don't know, man. It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be close. I get that first round of Papa Doc, especially for that rocket at the end. I'm expecting Sliv with the slight stamina advantage to come out and make some adjustments, and let's see if he can rock Papa Doc, get him on the ground, and take control of Jacques Souza's amazing ground game. But here they go, exchanging some shots, and very dangerous there. Another rock by Papa Doc, and
this could be it.
It's no room for error. The margin of error is so slim. Everything that you do can get counted.
Yeah, he was going to the body a lot, and that's what happens, man. I was just saying to start that round, the amount of uppercuts that got thrown out there was absolutely ridiculous. But saying that, he still went down and changed his elevation with that straight right. He's trying to do that. He did note how much damage it did to the stamina, like you said in that first round. But that when your opponent's throwing that many uppercuts, you should not be hitting the body right there. You got to set that up.
Yeah, look at that. So Professor Sliv staying with his game plan, working the body, but he's leaving the head open. Papa Doc showing respect right there in the middle. Seems like he know he has this in the bag, and a huge knockdown there by Papa Doc, pouring it on or against Professor Sliv. Can't get my words out there. But
I'm not surprised. These guys are just going at it right now. The ankle pick,
there it is.
He gets it.
Adjustment. This is the adjustment that you see. Professor Sliv not having success on the feet, and what do? Find a way now to take it to the ground. You got to be a mixed martial artist if you want to be the best at this game. And look at how Professor Sliv is working those body shots there. But now he finds himself in the full guard of a dangerous Papa Doc, able to posture up here, landing some shots, being very active here on the top, which is what he has to do if he wants to turn this fight around.
Yeah, and I mean, like, we'll get a chance to see Sliv's top game. I mean, he's got 2 minutes left in this round. I mean, he's going to recover a little head health. Maybe not a lot, but just as I said that, there's a beautiful sweep from half guard into half guard top. And now we're going to see some more of that damage that Papa Doc was able to accumulate. I mean, the head health of Sliv is not looking good. Like 3-4 shots.
Oh, no reversal. This is what we talked about. Any little mistake, somebody can make you pay. And this is a hard position to get out of right here. Sliv on top. Let's see what he does. He missed the transition denial here, but he still has back. Oh, and he fakes the bulldog. Now he's on top. Oh, transition denial by Papa Doc here.
Good job. I mean, both these guys well versed on the ground as well. Just when you think Sliv was giving up his only chance, his only position, he gets it back again there with his own reversal. So both showing, you know, they can compete and contend quite well, especially because they have the same stats. They have the same abilities. The stamina is basically the same. It's pure skill at this point and decision making. But saying that, Papa Doc finds a way back to his feet.
Yeah, Papa Doc found a way.
He has to be so careful.
Another rocket, another knockdown
just falls on
here. Yeah, Papa Doc in control here. Sliv needs a knockout or a submission to win this fight at this point. Down on the scorecards, 2 rounds to 1. He's the #2 player in the world. I don't doubt at the abilities from both of these fighters. So it's going to be interesting to see how Sliv survives and what he does here, tries to do here in the 3rd round. But amazing performance here by Papa Doc here in this co-main event.
Yeah, you can see on this replay right here, Sliv was really trying to push the action, really trying to come forward right there, and that's what only got him caught. He had 2 big uppercuts, then that big left hook that rocked him, and you know, just he's walking forward, he's just walking forward. Papa Doc's someone who's planting and moving, and Sliv needs to sit on the outside a little bit, be patient right here. Here was a big uppercut that rocked him towards the end of this round, about halfway through actually, before this takedown happened. So nearly out of it, but gets that single leg, and that ankle pick is what kept him in this fight. It could have been over right there. Well played.
Could have been over. Ain't pick. Kept him surviving. All right. Third round here. Third and final round. Number 1 versus number 2 in the world. Papa Doc in control of this fight.
Oh.
He's another 2 knockdown, showing sign of respect. Papa Doc playing with his food a little bit here, baby.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, I don't know if he could have got on there and finished it before he got up. He very well might have done. It didn't look like he had a finish the fight event, but to be fair, that was a straight right, left hook, and he's keeping it clean, keeping it simple, and that's all he needs to do. He is throwing these head kicks, trying to take him out, and he probably will do in just a second. Right here, the double jab is going to break the block. A beautiful slip. Let's see if we get another ankle pick right here, or Sliv can get something off. Oh, pull counter straight back into it. Manages to get under that. Uppercut's coming down low. He needs to roll under as well. He's just dropping his head. He's going to eat something here too.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
You're right about
there
that. You got to be, see, you never know what can happen, but you're right. You don't want to just drop in that in the guard when you get a knockdown, a Jacare Souza, because you could fall right into, a triangle. So let's see what Sliv does. He needs to keep this position. He needs to somehow, work Papa Doc, because he needs a knockout here. He's going to win this fight.
Good enough.
This low. Look at that. Sliv gets a rock. You never know what can happen.
Man, great front kick right down the pipe, mixing up his attack right here. And he's sitting a little bit more on the outside. He's still coming forward though. Sliv's still the one putting the pressure on. And I know he wants to keep offensive, to give himself options. But big jab into the straight. That uppercut landed clean though. Good job. He's now moving his head.
Professor Sliv.
Man, these two showing why they're the best in the world right now. I tell you that.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, find a way, Balin, to get a rock. Papa Doc gets another rock.
I can't believe he's still in this.
Get a rock when you're that hurt.
That's it.
Here it is. This is going to be it. Wow.
Crazy.
Huge win there by Papa Doc over very dangerous Professor Sliv. You don't get no better than that number 1 versus number 2 in the world.
What a fight, man. I mean, Papa Doc started to take over that fight quite early, and you could see pretty much, from the start, he was so patient, he was so confident in his ability. He pretty much stood there for the first, 30 seconds, didn't really throw much, ate a front kick to the face, wasn't bothered, just to get that little ankle pick, just to maybe get Sliv to just overextend just a slight amount. As soon as he saw that range, he snapped it up, got that ankle pick, and then got a lot of damage off from that top position in that first round. That really accumulated. He carried that through to the next couple of rounds. It got him those rocks easier, and ultimately, man, his head health was so low. But you cannot fault Sliv, man, for throwing back at the end right there and almost taking him out, man. He got a couple of rocks. I mean, it wasn't that close, but he was doing damage in a fight that, I mean, he barely could take a jab by the end of it. But quick look at the finishing sequence right here on the replay. There's a big whiff on the roundhouse, double jab causing a rock. That's when you know your head health is low. You take a double jab, you're going to get rocked. Still trying to move his head. There's a big straight off the top. Bam, he's unconscious. Great fight.
Yeah, great fight, man. That was exciting. Good job by Sliv, man, showing us how to deal with adversity and come back and still get rocks of your own. But Papa Doc pretty much was in control of that fight from the start to the finish. Did a very good job. Stayed careful, stayed safe, and showed why he is the best in the world right now. Definitely moving on up. Has to wait his time in line again because you got these guys that's coming up next, Ed Parker and Unibot. They'll be right in line behind Pre-United. But then right after that, you got Papa Doc. So, man, it doesn't get any better than that. Man. Definitely excited about that. And yeah, looking forward to this main event of the evening.
Just want to show you really quickly. Sorry to interrupt. Just as you're saying that, we will jump into the fight before they get into it. But we have Mr. Ed Parker here, who is showing the rankings right now. And you see Papa Doc number 1, Professor Sliv number 2, and then Mr. Ed Parker sitting right there at number 3. So it's going to be an interesting matchup in any case, right? He has literally the best players in the world in the ESFL, undeniably so. number 1, 2, and 3. I mean, you saw everyone else on the Aaron's up there as well, so it's kind of crazy. It's just
yeah, it is.
Good to have
the amount of talent that we had on this card, 1, 2, 3, and number 5. I mean, man, wow, just appreciate all these guys showing up here tonight and putting on an amazing card. But you know, we've come all the way into the main event of the evening. Last fight, Ed Parker has been having, you know, a lot of success lately out there. You know, I'm seeing Ed Parker everywhere. Everybody wants to see Ed Parker fight. That's why he's right now in the in the main event of the evening here against Unibot. And man, this is a fight that had to go down because we need to see, you know, who's going to end up fighting that winner between Avita X and Free United. So this is what you get here in the welterweight division. Unibot picking one of, in my opinion, his strongest fighter, GSP, in the welterweight division, and Ed Parker will not get CM Punk. He will not get CM Punk, baby. I promise you that.
We'll see what happens. I mean, maybe there's a gentleman's agreement that's taking place.
What do you guys think in chat? Ed Parker will not get CM Punk.
I want to see some Mike
this
Perry.
Is funny.
That's what I want to see. I want some.
He will not get CM Punk.
I want some legacy BJ Penn in this game, by the way. I want some of that.
Unified's like, all right, I'll get BJ Penn. Now these guys are gonna be like, all right, this is who I'm gonna get. You know, having a good time. That's what it's all about here, all the way up until the final end. Expose your pick. Who you gonna get? I'm thinking GSP for Unibot. What you think?
I mean, I'm wondering if we should ever come up with a rule, you know, that like the highest ranking fighter gets to pick second or something, you know, whatever come that deep in it or something. Banning draft. You imagine banning draft, you know, you can ban 2 fighters your opponent can't use. I mean, that'd be pretty interesting if we get something like that going. But
yeah, we'll definitely be talking about that.
But
all right, so man, tell you this right now, man. Ed Parker is one of the best in the world on the stand-up. Unibot is one of the best in the world on the ground. And both of these guys are more than sufficient in the other category. So with RDA, Ed Parker knows when to throw those kicks to the body and the kicks to the head with RDA with that tree chopper perk. Now, Unibot is so good at predicting what his opponent is going to throw, and he is very great, one of the best guys in the world at catching kicks as soon as you throw it, checking. And so you know, it's another one. 2 trains collide. I want to see, you know, whose style is going to come out on top here, because when you get this RDA pickup, you're going to be throwing kicks and using some of that tree chopper perk if you want to win here. And let's see if Unibot is going to be able to take this fight to the ground, because with Ed Parker on the feet, I mean, he is just a monster. You're going to see a lot of fake transition, feints with the jab. You know, you're going to see a lot of feint kicks and stuff like that. And then, you know, switch level. I mean, just an amazing stand-up here with Ed Parker. So crafty on his feet. And Unibot, man, what can you say? I mean, this guy here is a former champion, and Ed Parker has yet to get a piece of that gold.
Yeah,
and
true.
as one of the best fighters in the world, he wants to get to that goal of the ESFL championship. Because I'm telling you right now, man, a lot of the best fighters in the world is cool that you number 1 in rank, but they like to have that ESFL goal, because this is the professional league. This is the best of the best that we have right now for UFC 3. And if you really want your respect, if you really want to prove like, hey, I'm the best in the world, then you need that ESFL strap.
Yeah, you got to do it on the big show.
Your way.
You can't do it in ranked. This is completely different. There's nerve. There's all sorts of things going on.
Yeah,
it's pre-organized. You get 1 shot per week. That's it, if that. But here we go.
1 shot, that's it.
That's it, man.
Ooh, here it is.
Touching the Papa Dog's finish now.
Look at Ed Parker being fancy already. Look at him dancing. Unibot does not care about that. He's seen everything. And these guys, this is a lot of respect. They've yet to throw a strike hard. and let's see what happens, baby.
Nice
look at that.
little
Look at them.
fake.
Look at this.
Feint in the rear side kick to the body. I mean, no one really even
Yeah,
throws
I know,
that.
right?
Little
Look,
free
you're going to see some things that, we haven't seen here.
Oh, there we go again.
Oh,
Switching the animation.
all right.
Man, I mean,
Look.
they got 5
Ed
rounds.
Parker always told me in the beginning, I have no intentions on striking. He is just trying to wear your stamina. Look at here. All right, somebody finally broke the ice of this dance here. It was Unibot coming out, landing some big shots here. And notice Ed Parker, he's wearing on that stamina already. Just taking those little jabs to the body. Let's see what happens.
I mean, we know Ed Parker's been putting in pure time. You know, he's been streaming a lot, showing that gameplay footage, really getting the grind. And, oh, beautiful head kick straight away, right against the cage.
The first kick.
Unibot thought he was safe right here, put his back to the cage, no worries, but nowhere to go, back away from that head kick. Beautifully timed by Ed, just swinging it straight up.
The first kick.
No setup or anything.
Look at that. Now, this is where Ed Parker is so dangerous. When he starts to feel comfortable and then he starts doing this little Ed Parker shuffle, that's what he told me, to let people know. That's that Ed Parker shuffle. You know, he's feeling comfortable, but we've seen Unibot come back. He's seen everything. He doesn't care about the shuffle. You better not play around with the Unibot, tell you that. But we got 5 rounds to go. This is exciting already. Fireworks from the very start.
Yeah, for sure you can't play around with Unibot. And beautiful job there. Catching that teep kick off at an angle as well. He was circling around. Didn't need to really worry about it. Caught nice and low. And this is just Ed freaking out some flim fan on the outside. But I love Unibot jabbing in and then planting with that little left hook coming straight over the top. Now trying to force that 1-2. Doesn't want to walk into anything. Double jab in. And Ed wisely planting there, trying to meet him and his forward momentum with that straight again, getting his own lead left hook in there. Some nice straights to the body as well. And these guys are landing quite nicely. I mean, they're both so good defensively, but they're so good at also finding those openings and seeing where they are. 4-punch combo right here, and a little jab just to sting it on the end right now, trying to find that shot that you don't think is going to come. Only a little jab this time, and you got to be careful with the stamina right here. There's that rear leg side kick again from Unibot, which is kind of a
nice,
strange animation, but
yeah, but very effective here. Slight stamina advantage for the Unibot, but he did take a rock here.
Ooh, good job.
You know, these guys are fighting at a 5-round pace that I see. I don't see them gassing out. They're right where they need to be. And man, that was a great first round for this fight, because it really did not lead me to like who's going to win yet. Both of these guys. Right, I might get an edge to the Ed Park on that one because of the rock, but we're right back at it in the second round.
I'm trying to show that rock, but I don't think I think I might have missed it right there on the replay, but it's all good. But it's a beautiful head kick from Southpaw flying up to the side. Unibot back against the cage. He's finding himself back here again. Again, he's using that rear leg side kick. I mean, he's doing such a good job with that. He's creating that space he needs. A nice teep off the front leg and wisely grabbing that full tie collar right there. But Breaks doesn't want to worry about that clinch rushing around too much. If he doesn't have the advantageous position, going to give it up. So don't want to waste stamina here. We know Ed's all about that stamina management.
Yeah, and both of these guys, speaking of stamina, got full stamina back in the second round. So they're ready to throw down more and more as these rounds go by, because they have, you know, stamina, you know, in reserve. So now they're attacking that body. Still don't know who's coming out on top right now. And look at those nice combinations there by the Unibot. Let's see what Ed Parker does in retaliation.
Nice little sequences right there. They're both kind of reading each other's minds, you know, both throwing the body shot at exactly the same time, both going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 backwards as well, and just say it right in the pocket. But there's a big right hand from Unibot, the left hook of the round again. He's going to finish it. Oh,
it's going to be it. Oh, and it steps. Oh my! Out of nowhere, Unibot knocks out Ed Parker. Wow, Balin. Wow. Oh my God.
Oh my God, and I don't think I even caught that on the replay because we were still catching something from a previous exchange, but oh my God, beautiful job, and man, he just finished it. Big right hand to start it off, left hook, right hand, just caved in with it, and Ed, you know, he tried to back up a little bit, but very content to kind of sit a little bit in the pocket, try and get some damage back in there, but just a really, really good job of finishing a fight, man. And wow, you don't want to feel bad, you know, it's not an early stoppage, but definitely Ed did not have a chance to recover after that. It's not even a slight mistake, it was really a trade, big right hook over the top, catching Ed flush, and man, that's got to feel bad right there. First fight of this season and just getting caught early, man. Good performance by Unibot, man.
See, here's the thing. RDA has a lot of tools, but if you go into his health, he has a chin strength of 88 and a toughness of 89 and a heart of 88. So it doesn't take much. The wrong punch can end his night very quickly. And that's where the chink in the armor is of RDA. And we saw it there. I mean, just out of nowhere, just get knocked out, man. That's just a tough, sometimes it goes down like that. Congratulations to the Unibot, for beating a very dangerous Ed Parker, #3 in the world. And now one thing I know, Ed Parker, he'll be back. Ed Parker is not going anywhere. Okay. That fight could have went either way. Both of these guys, amazing talent. I know Unibot wants to get back and fight Vita X. Oh my God, I can't even. Vita X, Unibot one day after the winner of the Pre-United, maybe. I mean, Pre-United has enough talent to beat Vita X too, so you never know. Those 3 guys there are going to settle in the weeks to come. But I can't say enough, man. Unibot, man, beats a very dangerous Ed Parker that's sitting on the top of the world right now.
For sure, man. I mean, Ed's put in so much time. He's been grinding away. I mean, he's honestly one of the best strikers in the world, and I know it can't feel good for him to go out like that. I truly believe he probably believes, he is the best striker, and to get a call like that with a big right hook. But it was such a good fight, such a good matchup going through that fight. Got a couple of highlights here. Just the trades they were making through this round here. Stepping in, throwing the same hooks. You'll see them both hit the body at the same time. They're both, just reading the same techniques. 1-2, 1-2-3 return, 1-2-3 return, and an extra hook right there that caught Ed, kind of shook him up a little bit, and big roundhouse right there, stepping in. So it was just Ed starting to just get tagged a little bit, getting tags up a little bit, and he was doing a lot of flim fam from the outside earlier, really finding his place, still using his little switch stance right there, and he was trying to step back in, and I think that kind of led him to just stand and trade. And like you said, neither of them have a big chin stack. I don't know if we got the whole finish here. We kind of did. Okay, beautiful. We have the finish. Slips out with the pivot there. Oh, hang on, this is the same highlight. Right, fine. It's going to play. We'll let this one play out. You can see this one again right here. Little tags at the left hook. And we want to get through this one, so we see the next one. I think we caught the finish. It was hard to catch towards the end, as this one was still running through.
Yeah, let's see what happens here.
There's that turning side kick that he made to the body there. Now, a couple of times, there's a switch stance. Right, let's see if we've got the finish right now. There, we see the final sequence, big left hook, but it was a planted trade in the center. The right hand came over the top from Unibot, big hook, and he just didn't let him off the hook, man. Stepped right back into range through that left hand and that straight right. And poor Ed, man, that chin stat, like you said, man, it's not like you get a certain amount of chances before you can get knocked out. If your head health is low enough and you take more shots, you got hit on the way down as well. I mean, just a great performance by you.
Yeah, that was a tough one. You get, you play such a great kind of like game plan. In the first round, you get a rock even off out of nowhere too, because it's not like GSP, has a high chin strength either. And you saw right out of nowhere, RDA with those strong kicks just got a rock in the first round. So it could have went either way. And then it was just in the second round, Unibot was the one that ended up getting the nice punch, off the vulnerability of moving your head. And then that was the end. That was it. It was just a flash. And before you know it, fight's over. That's why it was so exciting when you see these 2 guys clash. And like we said, man, we're going to see this again. Ed Parker's going to keep chipping away, at these top guys, as he's one of the top guys himself. But that was fun. That was fun just to have that moment at both of those guys. You didn't know what was going to happen. And then out of nowhere, we get the finish, man. That was great job by both of those guys, I can't say enough, man. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, so many good fights tonight, right? Just a lot of shuffling around, a lot of future matchups. I'm sure you're going to go away and make as well, Boxer, man. You're going to get back to your notepad and pen, have the little meeting, and you got to sub these fights for the future. And yeah, PS4's looking really good so far this season, and we got Xbox next week as well. But I'm excited to see who. You know how that title fight goes next time the Adavex gets in there as well. So man, if someone could beat him, it'll be crazy. That co-main event was pretty definitive, man. It was a good performance from both fighters, but Papa Doc, man, coming in strong, staying in strong. So it's going to be an interesting fight, you know. And we saw Cody Dank coming back for season 2 right there as well. I know that's on the Xbox side. Maybe we'll see him perform next week. You know, get himself in there, get a win nice and early. Just so many good matchups, so many good fights tonight. And we hope you guys enjoyed it. Second card of the second season, ESFL 52. I mean, we've got plenty more coming up through this year. I'm sure we'll have some more tournaments. I'm sure we'll get some more Grand Prix going for you. But each weekend, you can expect from us another high-quality fight card. Best fighters in the world. So you know where to keep it right here. Shout out to everyone who was watching on the YouTube tonight, as well as all you guys here in the Twitch chat. And thank you for joining me, Boxer, man. True pleasure and privilege as always. Best in the business right here, one of. Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun, Balin. I think you said it best. Wrap it up, man. Great event. Looking forward to next week. We're going to have ESFL 53. That's going to be an Xbox card. And I can't wait to see all of those guys. They're ready to go. Those Xbox guys are hungry, ready to get back in Octagon and ESFL. And man, great start to the season so far. 2 cards down, got a lot more to go.
Yeah, a lot more to go indeed. And we'll be back right here next Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time. We'll see you then. Goodbye from me. Goodbye from Boxer. Have a good night, everybody. And have a good week.
Yep.